his team were really falling off. I remember even Boomich in that match was having a rough time. He was getting picked so many rounds on the T side.
It's a weird one because it's like, I don't even think the pressure's on Simple to perform. Like, he always performs. Like, that pressure is just consistent. It's kind of everyone else that we need to see more from. And that's really been the case throughout the majority of the Pro League thus far. In a lot of the games that we've seen them win, we've had big performances from the likes of Simple and Electronic in tandem with one another. And whenever they've dropped off, usually it is with the kind of second point man on Na'Vi kind of going a bit quiet. We just saw that over on Inferno. And now for Na'Vi, it really can't afford to happen here on Dust 2.
Man, no, it absolutely cannot. And one thing is understanding where these teams are and at least their route, their path, how they got here, what that's all about. What does that mean exactly for this stage, guys?
Of course, both these teams came through top of their group. That initially guarantees them a spot in stage 2. We've got three of the teams here grinding their way through the matches yesterday, those best of 3 elimination games. But yeah, these are the top 2 teams right now. Astralis top of A, Na'Vi top of B, we have Mousesports top of C. They'll be up later.
And here's the thing, you know, we look at these matches, we get this sick intro music, we get this sick chance to really build up the hype, this one-time opportunity to get you out of your chair at home. Now, that doesn't mean go outside. It doesn't mean go to your local grocery market. It means get up out of your chair, raise your pog champs, and we're going to hear what Harry Russell's got to deliver in this moment.
Oh, yeah, it's Astralis. It's Na'Vi. There is no place you would rather be than right here on the ESL Pro League.
That's right. Let's kick it off in the right way. A pistol round between Na'Vi and Astralis right here on Dust 2. It's going to be that of a T-side start for Na'Vi. And so far, so good. We're going to try to keep the hype going as long as we can. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this banger of a matchup here for the ESL Pro League Season 11.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. This is the grand finals in the group stage, as we call it. We may see this even later in the tournament as well. Device wants to make it quick, though. Electronic removed immediately. He had trouble on the previous map finding his footing. Well, Dust 2 can't afford to be the same, but that's not the start that Na'Vi needed up towards the catwalk. 2 outside long, 2 up cat. Astralis, they've read the situation well. Look at this B rotate. They're all shuffling out of B and moving towards middle. This allows A rotations to come through faster, but Izipex gets smoked off down in CT spawn. Glaive has to hold his own on his own, but Device is coming in for support, and he's got a quick tap. Simple with the trade, the P250, so good as we know. Glaive trying to stall this fight for as long as he physically can, but Simple is closing in on his prey. Glaive really playing with his food, and he will finish the job. Flamey now last alive, trying to stick the bomb. He won't get jump shot, but he also won't be able to close this out. We're just coming in on the wrap, and Astralis finding a pistol.
Yeah, just like that, this train isn't quite derailed yet, but we are making a stop at the first station, which subsequently is just after this pistol round. Astralis grabbing it, making it look somewhat easy. A bomb plant could help the Na'Vi side, but we're going to find out in due time.
And that's Astralis 3 for 3 in pistol rounds in this series. And, you know, coupled with this stat down here, not a common thing to happen on the Realms of Dust 2. So Astralis looking good, right? I mean, it kind of adds some context to that 16-5 when you take into account that 6 of those rounds come on the back of, you know, the pistol and finding success in those anti-force buys and then the rounds to follow. Na'Vi, they really didn't want this one to go against them. The Deagle on Simple, going to try and go toe-to-toe with Device down here in mid. But early on, Simple's definitely come out the worst on this engagement. 20 points of health as he was tagged up just moments ago. Device has diverted his attention down here towards the lower tunnels. And he does spot, actually even hits Boomich there on the cross. No idea how he's curved the bullet like that. But short control is at least nabbed and grabbed for Na'Vi.
Flash up, but just sets his teammate in pole positions. He picks with a fadeaway shot as well, even finds Simple. Finishes off the job that Device started, and Device looking for a little bit more in middle. He gets flashed off the angle, pushed back to the doors in B. Na'Vi, though, what can they really even do in this round? Another flashbang back up and just goes with it, and he will find some damage. Spots the bomb as well on the catwalk. At this point, though, it's just about going through the motions. Astralis should have this round under lock and key. And with 4 kills, Boomich left to follow. Almost takes down Device, who gets put on 2, but not enough. It's going to be a 2-0 for Astralis. Na'Vi coming in with guns in the third. Not keen to force after that pistol loss with a bomb plant. They did back on Inferno with a double Krieg AK buy. Na'Vi would rather have everyone armed to the teeth, and they will be in this round.
Zipex and Device going to stick around, at least on this SMG and this Scout. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. As Mr. Alexander Kostalev has a scout as well. You might know him as Simple.
That nade was just a second later from Dupree. Could have found a lot of damage. Now we get to see this little scout standoff down here in mid. Ooh. Simple.
I've seen him wallbang this far too many times.
Device knows that, though. Doesn't want to be on the receiving end of a Simple wallbang, and so he tries to make this round anything but simple. He'll rotate around over here towards the crossroads. Magisk now taking up his position, keeping an eye on these mid doors. Na'Vi setting up over towards Cat side. Still have a player in lower tunnels in the form of Perfecto. He's able to keep an eye on this upper tunnels aggression from Astralis. And also having him here leaves the option open to Na'Vi to change their mind and go back towards B later in the round, should they desire to. Electronic going to be lining up this smoke. The rest of the gang now in tow, and it looks like it might just be the A commitment. Perfecto has left the tunnels, and so that's going to signal that at least right now. Smoke goes down to allow the cross out. And a well-placed Molotov from Glaive, who'd been holding onto it for a while. Now coupled with this smoke from Xyp9x, that could seal Na'Vi's fate. Astralis have done such a good job of holding onto this utility. And Glaive, he waits in the smoke. Oh dear, they haven't checked it. The flashes are good, and he's fully blind, so only is able to get one. But it's still a man advantage now for Astralis. Device scouts down Boomich. 10 seconds on this clock, and Na'Vi are trapped. They're stuck. They can't get into the site. This might be a save, but this is not how you want to be saving Simple. Oh, he gets shut down, and only Flamey left over towards the long doors. He does hold on to the AK, but that's not much of a silver lining for Na'Vi.
Yeah, he tries to switch over to the Deagle there towards the end of the round, towards the end of his life in the round, and, well, he just really trying to let that recoil reset. No way he was going to get a shot off. That's going to be Astralis taking the shot in that round and hitting the bullseye. 3-0. And just where they want to be.
Yeah, and Flamey's the player there who's meant to be alive if all goes well for Na'Vi, right? If they take that A site, if they get the bomb planted, well, Flamey, he's at top mid, ready to cut off not only long aggression, but cat control for Astralis on the retake. Unfortunately, when your take doesn't go well, Flamey, he's just left alone with nothing to do and nowhere to go but T-spawn. Unfortunate one for Na'Vi. And Device, he even threw flashes through the long doors as Na'Vi were taking catwalk. That got Flamey's attention so stuck on long for a while. It allowed Device to back up and not be feared of getting flanked. Now in this one, the fear is in the hands of Na'Vi as they only rely on this one man, this one gun to get it all done. Flamey hit by the smoke will not stop him from getting a kill, taking down Device in the spawn. Na'Vi, not really a retrievable gun, but they're looking to follow up upon Flamey's frag.
Yeah, losing Device there is definitely not the be and end all for Astralis. They still have a 2-2 split between either site. Magisk gets dinked up there, but the Molotov has hold back Na'Vi. Heavy rotations from Astralis. They pull everyone off of this B site. Now, this does leave it empty. Dupree will be fast on the rotation should he be needed to be. Immediately, he sees Perfecto get past, and they rotate. Na'Vi, they've only sent one man over towards the realm of this B site. The rest dropping down the catwalk late. Astralis have fallen back into this exact same CT side default that they held just 40 seconds ago before this rotation. So you wouldn't even know that they were affected by this A play that Na'Vi tried to throw in. Xyp9x is even going to spot Boomich, but isn't able to get himself that kill. Does get it the second time around. Now, this should just be the mop-up for Astralis. Flamey's tagged up. Xyp9x puts them both in the ground. Simple, 10 seconds. He wants to die, and luckily enough, Magisk will give him that wish. 4-0 for Astralis, but a reinvestment back on the cards for Na'Vi, and we will get to see this AWP come out now.
Yeah, they make it interesting, but Astralis, what a really, really good read to double back in towards B and send those two rotates off the back of seeing Perfecto take tunnels control. On the side of Na'Vi, 3 players 0-4. Not the start you want as Astralis sit 4-0 up. Hopefully that can change. Simple, certainly looking to build upon his 2 kills. That's a third. Dupree dead in the middle. Tries to peek through with a grenade. Electronic responded onto by Device. Glaive pushed back by the molly, but he does spot a player on the catwalk. Grenades have been really good for Astralis so far this map. They've been keen to double nade cats, and even these delay plays, like you said, with the smoke, Harry, in the previous, very much get in the way of Na'Vi running their own game plans. But for now, it's long control.
Yeah, look at this read here from the side of Glaive and Xyp9x. They're going to go ahead and try to get into long. and at least make it look like there's a presence here. Na'Vi have found themselves out there. That's Flamey at the blue bin. Glaive's going to be that first line of contact. It's going to go the way of Flamey over Glaive. Now 3 deep outside of long. Zipek's going to try to answer the call. Just one remaining member in the form of Perfecto there towards lower to maybe catch off a rotation. Zipex goes for a peek. Now that's going to be a scary one. The op brings out, but Flamey on the charge. It's just Device and Magisk left in this round.
Simple was so close to the blind shot. Astralis are so close to conceding their first rounder here on the CT side. Will they give it up, or will they be able to hold down the line? Just fighting middle, drop by Perfecto on the flank, and now it is just Device up on cap. Might even just consider getting out of this one and keeping the AWP for the next.
Says, you know what? I'm going to take that kit. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to head out. Easy enough. First round on the board for Na'Vi. How about that? 4 alive. Potentially less if Device does something cheeky here, something strange for a little piece of change. And the classic peek down middle, maybe even op down middle in the latter stages of the round.
Yeah, you really don't imagine Na'Vi are going to dedicate to hunting him down too much, right? Astralis have taken these first 4 pretty cleanly, so taking the AWP out of their hands isn't really the end of the world for Astralis anyway. Holding on to it just means they don't have to reinvest in it in this next round. Na'Vi getting their first on the board, and they want to try and keep their own money in good standing here. You know, it kind of felt like that started to become a bit of a downfall for them over on Inferno, and they want to try and keep themselves out of that hole for as long as they can. Now, that shot, kind of mind-blowing from Simple.
Oh, man, come on. I've done that matchmaking now. You've seen it. I'm just kidding. This guy, absolute legend.
Yeah, but it might not be enough. Na'Vi finding their first on this T side. Can't afford to just get traded and swapped back by Astralis. We saw how far the streak went on the previous map on this CT side. Dupree, missed shot, gets baited by the jump. Electronic forces a fight out and will be able to get towards the catwalk safety. Or safely, rather. On the other side, there was another AWP. It's Device here waiting with that save from the previous round. He's got grenades to follow, but no one this deep on the catwalk. You can see Na'Vi definitely aware of the utility that's coming through from Astralis. They're playing very passive early on cat until these grenades come in. Astralis have been throwing them every round, and they've never really once done significant damage because Na'Vi have been avoiding that. Knowing the tendencies of their opposition. Certainly something that plays in the favor of Na'Vi for now.
Oh, this is Device on the catwalk. AWP trained just there. Takes a shot, and somehow Electronic just absolutely embarrasses Device out in the open.
Delete.
Yeah, it's going to be his first kill in the game. And now we're going to see the charge of the A site here from the Na'Vi side. One left defender there in the form of Glaive at long. It's not long before he's out of the round. Flamey's there on the charge to make sure it's extra secure. We're going to see a second one here for Natus Vincere. Charles have had enough. They're going to back out.
Yeah, you can already see this time Na'Vi are a lot more willing to try and throw some players after these rifles. They know the implication that taking even one of these away would have. It would hamstring you for a bye in the next round. If Astralis save 3, they can still muster something together here, thanks to Magisk and Device. So they've got that to look forward to. And that's why that little kill from Magisk onto Simple down in CT, even though it might not look like much, still holds some pretty big consequences here. Because Na'Vi just immediately stop hunting. They don't want to run any more players into the problem. So a second now on the board for Na'Vi, and a chance for even more. If they pick this round up, that's when finally they break the Beast's economy on the other side. Dupree donning the AWP early. This is surely based off of spawn. He's got himself this mid spawn. He's going to try and take the peak, perhaps. Does have Simple to go up against on the other side, so not the easiest defeats. He will just cross on over. And actually, looks like Dupree's just taken the AWP in this round. Device playing with the M4 over at long side. Not terribly uncommon to see them switch, but let's see if it's going to yield the results Astralis were hoping for. Dupree pushing the upper tunnels with this AWP. That's the info that it's looking pretty clear right about now. Perfecto is holding for this push, and he just gets off the angle, and in that time, Dupree has moved into position. Perfecto now calls that they've cleared the upper B halls. And for Na'Vi, this is either going to be a period where they try and pick up the pace now in response to that, knowing that a rotation is coming through, or they've got to take all this time to clear out the back line. And that's just not an option for Na'Vi. They try and pick up the pace. They try and hit this A side of the map. They really heat things up with the Molotov. Xyp9x has a little bit of a cool spot here in amongst the mollies. And well, they know he's at Goose. They mollied it. They mollied the site. There shouldn't be anyone here, so they don't even bother checking it. And that's Perfecto running to his demise. It's only one. Glaive still here on the pit. But the bomb typed on in. The numbers go down. And now we're into this 4-on-4.
Yeah, Glaive is just waiting for his team to set up for the retake. Boomich is going to force a fight, though, trading after Electronic has dropped. Simple with the AWP and the post-plant is even more lethal than before, and Boomich tinked down to 10. It's still viable for Astralis, but time is the biggest factor, and they want nothing to do with it. Going to run right back. Flamey spots the AWP retreating in middle and tries to beat him to the punch on B. I like this play from Flamey. He's got Simple by him as well to cut Dupree off in middle. They really desperately want to take this AWP away. At this point, Magiska's no longer a concern for Na'Vi. But maybe he should be. He's coming in on this wraparound. Flamey baiting, trying to force a shot. He's done that, and there's the round and the kill coming through as well. Dupree loses the AWP in the B bomb site, and Na'Vi, they're building back into this game, Trace. It was a 4-0 for Astralis, but no longer.
It wouldn't surprise me if we see like a B play from Na'Vi. A bunch of reasons for that. One is the spawn that they have, 3 players over towards B. The other is with Astralis pushing the tunnels, learning that it's clear. Na'Vi going back to this A play once again, which has really felt like their bread and butter on the T side. You know that Astralis don't have money to invest into this round. So if there ever was a time to go towards B, it's now. And that looks to be the decision. They send 4 players over towards this side of the map. Dupree might have to do a hell of a lot here with this Deagle. Flashes in, and that does leave Perfecto blind. Now they know Dupree's here, and they're quick to deal with it. Already, this, I was going to say should be the save, but getting that kill onto Boomich might entice Astralis to give this a bit more of a look in.
Nope.
Never mind.
It's just Simple looking at you, winking through the scope. Takes down Magisk. Well, this is going to be another round for Na'Vi, but yeah, that kill could have turned the tide right there. Had there not been a pick from Simple afterwards, there's the real chance that Astralis should say, hey, you know what, let's go for it. They don't even have the bomb planted yet. We're already in pretty good position for a retake. But that's in the game of what ifs and what could have been.
But honestly, a double save isn't too bad, right? With no armor, a molly flash was all they had to go for in the 3-on-3, and no kit either. That retake would have been optimistic at best for Astralis, and Na'Vi do lock it in with a 4th round on this T side. At least some weapons to play with for the Danes. They can afford to fully buy up into this round. Glaive can even drop over an AWP if they please, and that will be the case. Bit of a USFL's tactical timeout now for Astralis as they mull things over. 4 rounds in a row for Na'Vi. All of them being save rounds for Astralis. Certainly feeling like they're not having too much of a say in the late round of this map. Getting cut out. Maybe a taste of their own medicine, though. That's what Na'Vi were consistently doing on the CT side of Inferno. Astralis constantly finding 2 or 3 kills in the first 20 seconds and then guaranteeing the round off the back of that. Dust 2 is similar in that sense. Harry even quoted it to be a, quote, big Inferno.
That's right. He did say that. Let's remind him right now.
Yeah, well, you know, the amount of times that we've made those comparisons, I felt like maybe it wasn't the most unjust thing for me to say.
We're seeing the logic here. You know, it's running its course. It's making sense, Harry. In some sense.
Making sense in some sense.
Not a lot.
Kind of where I
little.
find myself a lot. Simple over here in top mid is going to try and make something more than sense. He's going to try and make space in this round. He groups up with the rest of the gang over here at long. And he might... Oh dear. They boost up Flamey. Boomich does get tagged in the molly as a result. Not the end of the world. That's all fine. And Flamey can just hold these long doors. And that's the thing. Astralis, they made it pretty clear with the upper tunnels push that they're now looking for a remedy to this Na'Vi problem. And so Na'Vi are trying to plan ahead by keeping a man at the long doors, anticipating that in one of these rounds soon, there's going to be a flank. And this could be the round for it. Device is pushed up over here towards the long doors. Meanwhile, Dupree down in mid, obviously we just saw put up 2 on the board. And so Astralis don't really need to aggress anymore. They can just sit pretty and wait for these players on the Na'Vi side to come to them. And that's where this boost for Flamey could be a bit of a hindrance for Na'Vi. If Device never pushes, Flamey's got to get off of this at some point, and that's going to make noise. Either that, or he just doesn't really get a chance to play into this round. So this fight over here at the long doors could matter a fair bit. Simple, trying to juggle that Krieg out of the map.
Safety first,
yeah.
Harry.
That makes a lot of sense.
And with this kill going the way of Na'Vi now,
Safety
Simple
first.
being seen at the top of middle, that might tempt Device to go aggressive, but you can see he's very patient in his approach, and oh, he's going to run back. Foamy hears that, but again, he doesn't know if that's actual information or info that Device wants him to hear. He'll drop one in, and Device will take him down. Good spot, good pick, and Zipex drops on the site. Device has to make up for it, and he does. Simple falling into the CT spawn. Quick kill onto Glaive. There's a chance, but a no chance as Device does not miss that shot. If Simple can bait the fight, get Device to miss, maybe he can take him down, but instead it's going to be Astralis back on the board with a 5th. The tactical pause runs its course.
Oh dear. We do have a close game on our hands. And again, safety first. Just set up just comfortably inside of this beast site. Might be dropping a smoke. He's not there alone. Zipex is on the case as well. That flash over mid is going to do a good bit of at least keeping Astralis from seeing what's going on in here in mid. They have to be constantly worrying about that now. And constantly worrying they will.
Yeah, just a constant state of worry. And not really feeling it now, as Magisk has got ahead and thrown down that Molotov to delay the push. Simple. Out here through middle and looking for a kill with the AWP. Dupree and Glaive readying themselves over here on the A side of the map. Dupree might try and catch this timing onto Flamey at long, but this is not where the play, or at least the bulk of this round, is going to come through for Na'Vi. A lot of this is now relying on the catwalk push. Simple down here in CT, armed with the AWP. Waiting for this kill onto Magisk while the rest of his team try and work the short side. Glaive hiding in this smoke again. He did this a couple of rounds ago. And he hears them running back. He gets the info. When this smoke fades, Electronic, there's no way he's ready. What? And he does start to flick onto Glaive. Xyp9x has pushed the tunnels in the meantime. And oh no, they're on the rotation. They're going back to be Astralis. They know everything. But knowing is only half the battle.
Yeah, you feel like Xyp9x would be more ready there, right? Like you said, Glaive got that information. He's on catwalk. He hears Na'Vi run back. The smoke fades. He gets a kill, and he goes, okay, cat's clear. They're coming B. They're dropping lower. Maybe Xyp9x thinks they're going mid, but no, Na'Vi just run the gauntlet into the tunnel, and with that crucial kill from them, they will get around. A 5th on the board, biting right back onto Astralis' economy that was only just saved in the previous. And now it is a save, and the current AWP and M4 going into the next for Astralis as Na'Vi level up the score, level up the playing field here on Dust 2.
And I can't help but to ask, you look at this series, and let's say that Astralis, they kind of get handled here. And, then we really can hypothetically say, okay, the 6-man rotation thing that is supposedly on the cards in the future for the side of Astralis, would that play into a series like this in the future?
How legendary would it be if they just like subbed out a player just for the last map for S-Tag, just threw him into train, if this were to go the distance.
But then you've got to ask too, like, okay, well, who's it going to be?
That's always the hard one, right? And that's why I think S-Tag is a great pickup. He's a very good player in almost every role. We've seen him in-game lead, we've seen him AWP, we've seen him entry. He's just a great player individually, and I think that's why Astralis wanted him on their side. He can fill anyone's shoes, which is all the pressure, I guess.
Oh,
nice.
Man, this is rough. But yeah, it always felt like with S-Tag, in the early iterations, especially of that heroic squad, he was like always bought in to just be a filler player, kind of, and just like take up the roles that were left. We saw that early on with like the AWP and things like that. And I think, in the beginning, it felt like it hurt S-Tag, never playing a role where he was like the focal point, never the guy kind of being played around. But I feel like in the long run, it set him up to be a much better player, right? Because he now knows how to play all of these roles to a, not necessarily like a top level, but to a damn good level. And if one team could draw on that, it's got to be Astralis. But in this round, it's them getting drawn on. Na'Vi really painting a grim picture here as they might be about to take this 6th round dominantly. Now, it was only the pistols in this one with that AWP. And they haven't been able to find anything for Astralis.
Oh. Methodical T-side for Na'Vi as they've come back into the swing of things. Astralis aren't being given the room to maneuver. Device trying to hold on to this all, but Na'Vi have him trapped and surrounded. Oh, God. The flash in his face as well. It's going to fade, but there's a man around the corner ready and waiting. Flamey. Oh, dear. Here he comes. There's a shot. Device at least holding his own here, but how much further can he really get with Simple outside of the long doors and players in the A site pushing the perimeter? Device trying to take cover using the telephone pole. And he might want to phone home after this one.
Ooh, does manage to hold on to the AWP. This man,
yeah, no,
not good for anymore. Simple does cut him down. Na'Vi 6-5 now here on Dust 2. They have gone and won themselves 6 of the last 7 rounds. Astralis only able to put up that one isolated round since coming off the back of the pistols and the success they found there. And outside of that, it's been the Na'Vi show. And so much of this, once again, is coming from the likes of Simple. It feels like, perhaps unsurprisingly at this point in time, he sits 3-0 in opening duels. He is uncontested right now on the server, leading in a very, very big margin. And it has been Device on the receiving end of these in a good few of these rounds. So Simple definitely winning that head-to-head right now, it feels like. Maybe not in terms of raw kills, but on a one-to-one level, certainly. You can see that Na'Vi are the ones reaping the benefits.
Double up is here, though, for Astralis. Dupree is tagged early in the round. So playing safe on the B-bomb site, hoping that Na'Vi don't come his way. And they may not. 3 up on the catwalk right now for Na'Vi, just a standard default. They can bail at any point, go back to a mid to B, take tunnels control with a man already in position there, and with someone holding the long doors, it's Flamey, making sure they're not getting flanked. Astralis have not been throwing in any long flanks this game, and I want to see if that changes, because Na'Vi have been consistent in their approach into holding onto that position, not letting Astralis get any surprises in this. Smoke towards B, it's a mid to B. Dupree unscopes and he misses his chance, but he goes back to mid, looking for another one. Hits a leg onto Boomage. The B play coming in. The Molotov should force him forward. The bullet certainly will. Perfecto puts him in the ground, and Na'Vi with an excellent B split. Perfecto even burns out his teammate, but it might not matter as Astralis run for the hills.
Yeah, just a little bit of barbecue on his way out. Not a big deal. Boomage the only player to, you know, really pass on in this round, and that is at the hands of his own teammate. So unfortunate, but surely some LOLs were exchanged in the chat. Lulz, if you're in, well, the chat that we know about.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's so weird to see this, like, polar opposite situation. Exactly what Astralis were doing to Na'Vi back on Inferno, Na'Vi are now doing to Astralis here. And that's why, like, when you look at the leaderboard, I haven't done the maths on it, but I'm just like taking a look here. I imagine Astralis are ahead in terms of the frags, which just seems crazy to think that they're behind in the server, you know, 7-5. But that's because so many of these rounds have been this, have just been 2 kills going the way of Na'Vi, and the other 3, the other 2, whatever that number ends up being, just having to hold on to these weapons. And that can feel horrible. For Astralis, they've like barely even played a CT side right now.
34 kills on Astralis to the 29 of Na'Vi. That was quick maths, though, and it's always a danger. So yeah, but you know, at least more for Astralis in this one. So you are right in that prediction, Harry. That is often, you know, I mean, it's a weird one. We saw it on Inferno, right? Especially with all those saves. Sometimes 2 kills can win you the round, and Simple, maybe 1 kill in his case. He's found Device, and he wants to double up. What on earth? It hits the arm.
Nah, that's
maybe the backpack, something like that. The
right,
models.
Valve, we got to take a look at that one. Replay the whole round from that point onwards, but with Simple getting the kill, because
Seems like it was stolen almost.
he took like extra time to line that up as well. I think like anticipating that there would be some BS with hitboxes, you know, really wanting to make sure he had it locked in. And he still gets robbed. Simple. This round only has 1 kill to his name. Should have been 2. We all know it. We all saw it. But Electronic at least keeps this one even further in the advantage of Na'Vi.
That smoke is great. Simple just threw it from the T-spawn as well. Denies Glaive the info for lower. That being said, he's making the best of a bad situation, pushing up the catwalk, and no one is ready for it. He's running. This is dangerous as a teammate, an enemy in T-spawn, but no gun out. Perfecto reacts in time, and Glaive whiffs a spray. That is Oh, big mistake. Na'Vi have a 5-on-2. Dupree still here. He can grab the gun from the body of Glaive, but it might be low ammo, and there's still Perfecto and Co waiting around the wings. Electronic is coming out of spawn as well. Dupree should have the drop on this one, surely. There's one. Knows there's a second, but he is going to get traded. Big frag for Electronic. Magist now with a deagle. Has to step up on his own, but he runs out of ammo after just 1.5. Simple with a trade. And Na'Vi with 8. Building upon this T side. They have won every round since Astralis took their 4-0 lead, with the exception of one in the middle of it. 4 in a row for Na'Vi, 1 round for Astralis, another 4 in a row for Na'Vi. And they're looking to close out the half with 10.
And it might just be like the full-on reverse comeback for Na'Vi. They found themselves on the back foot early on. It looked like maybe we were going to have a repeat of Inferno, and in a way, we do have a repeat of Inferno, but with the side switched around. You're bang on, Hugo, as well. If Na'Vi get this round, a 10-5 half is more than likely for the Na'Vi squad. They try and pick up the pace, and that does lead to Boomich getting dealt with over here on the catwalk side. There's Perfecto with the trade, able to exchange a bit more damage. Onto Xyp9x. He now has to take up this short position as Glaive fell, leaving Device to try and hold the long side. Offers himself up to Simple. Xyp9x does at least beat Perfecto, and this opens up an avenue of rotation for Astralis in this retake. This is like the closest they've been to a bomb site in a retakeable scenario, it feels like, for the Danes. Na'Vi, can they get this one over the line? As finally we see a retake attempted from Astralis.
Yeah, this is going to crunch their money if they don't win it, though. But like you say, they've got to go for it. That's a great pick for Electronic. Xyp9x looked like he could see him, but Electronic just sneaking into the angle. Molly's on long, but Na'Vi are contained inside of the site and on the catwalk. Magisk finding Flamey the hard way, and bullets in the face of Astralis as Na'Vi just out-aimed them coming up the catwalk. It's going to be 9 rounds. This T-side is non-stop for Na'Vi.
And this is the pacing that they needed in the last map, albeit 16-5 has no indication of that being the case, and certainly so. Here, however, it does feel like everybody in Na'Vi has found just what they wanted to do. And we're going to look at this last round of the half. Simple with the auto sniper, of course, spamming down middle. A little bit of damage done to Magisk and Glaive early on in this round. They're going to find themselves just above half, but in the meantime, it's Na'Vi fanning out for a little bit of map control.
I always feel like, you know, that's Simple just saying, you know what, you want to start bringing P90s to the equation, Dupree? I got something for you.
You think I can't smoke mid, do a smoke?
Yeah, watch this.
Well, let's see if Na'Vi get the taste of loser tears in this round, as Astralis have a pretty weak buy, all things considered. SMG, Scout, no kits, but not like retakes have been happening anyway. The only retake Astralis have won in this map was the opening round in a pistol on the A site. Ever since then, Na'Vi, in the 9 rounds they've won, 6 of them have been Astralis saving.
Yeah, Boomich reads that whole situation very, very well. With the flash going in, he anticipates this B-side peak. Device is going to try and go up and over this smoke. Boomich definitely caught wind of that, though, and now has a good idea as to where this man is. Smokes go down for CT.
Oh.
Device still hidden. Oh, now Boomich knows. He heard him pull off. And that's given up that there's a man down here in CT, but close mid. Magisk deals with one before the trade comes in. Device gets dealt with. It's very back and forth down in middle. This is going to split the defense of Astralis up. They try and take catwalk in response. Dupree, that fight meant everything. And Simple, I don't know how he's done it, but he has done it. He deals with Dupree in a matter of moments. Xyp9x now trying to come up through CT. He'd already began a rotation toward the B site, and that's because Glaive had heard Perfecto making noise in the tunnels. Ooh. Glaive and Xyp9x left in the clutch. A scout does remove Electronic. The ball is rolling, but can they keep this momentum up? Xyp9x gets across. Simple still on the catwalk. They know that he's here. The bomb is planted for him. This should be an unwinnable round for Astralis. They tap the bomb. They bait the peak, but Perfecto holds his own. And it's a 10-5 half for Na'Vi. They storm ahead in the latter stages of this first half. Looking good to take us the distance. Na'Vi on the comeback. Can Astralis pull it back, or are we going all 3? Find out after a break.
So we know watching from Paris to Poppy, yeah. With this music was lurking, now I'm attacking. Not with the chatting, I just step up and make it happen. It's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Then you know I got it. Nobody got it.
Astralis versus Navi is what's got you all congregated around your computers watching this game. You might be watching in your living room, and that's completely okay, because the movie that you're currently watching has Navi up 10-5 here in the second map after being trounced on in the first one of Inferno. We're currently on Dust 2. We're going to be switching up the sides. Astralis now needing to find a T-side answer for everything that Navi has thrown at them on their T-side. I'm here with Harry and Hugo, and this is the ESL Pro League Season 11. We're ready to get this matchup back underway. And so far, so good for Navi, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, has normality finally restored in the Pro League? I never thought I'd see the day. Teams winning their own map pick, it almost seems wrong to me. But we're here, and we're here to stay. Astralis, though, they want to make it a 2-0, and they've got a long road to recovery on this T side. The road, however, it's not paved with danger. Not for the moment. Navi have left long right open in this round. It will allow them to flank catwalk through middle and come in on a retake, but we might see another one of those famous 5-on-5 post plants here.
Yeah, that isn't as simple has anything to say about it. And this is, well, a man of few words, but many actions. Taps through this smoke. Doesn't deliver a kill, but it's a bit of chip damage onto Dupree. They do get into the site. The bomb plant can be found. It's Simple on his first peek on in. Gets dinked down to 15 points of health. That is not ideal for Na'Vi. These two flashes on Perfecto have to do a hell of a lot, right? They've got to open up this round to allow Na'Vi to actually force some of these fights in their favor. And that is going to help so much. Flamey removing Dupree. Leaves Na'Vi in a 5-on-4. They now try and close the distance. Smokes have been thrown in by Astralis, but it's not helping them.
Ooh.
Glaive's got to do a hell of a lot here, and he's getting pressured from all angles. Magisk is dropped, and Na'Vi, they only lose one man in that 5v5 retake.
Yeah, really chaotic scenes, but ultimately Na'Vi group up. They say, you know what, we're going to attack this problem together, and that's some of the testament that we can put to is how this Na'Vi lineup is functioning and where they're finding that sort of happiness from within, if you call it that.
Well, certainly going to be happy after that one with a full buy coming through for the side of Na'Vi. Astralis not quite as well endowed. They're going to be down on rifles. Some forcing going on, though, and it does provide a good bid in the second of the half. Double AKs and a Galil. Scout and device, but no armor behind it. Where do they go from here? Just the default for Astralis. Lower taken, top mid cleared out, long being held by the likes of Glaive. Seeing if Na'Vi want to force any fights, but they are playing standard stuff, just waiting in the wings. Better performance from Electronic in this map than that of Inferno. Obviously, everyone really struggled with the exception of Simple, but this man that we look to so often was down bottom of the board for Na'Vi. Now he's 10-10. Scout's going to push Simple back. He wants nothing to do with it. Astralis might be taking middle here.
Boomich has aggressed into the long doors in the meantime and gets a bit of information that this side of the map is looking clear. It wouldn't surprise me if we maybe even see him go a bit further than this. I know it's risky, but he certainly feels tempted. Electronic and Simple over here in the A-bomb site. Astralis, not the duo they want to go running into. They're not going to be able to avoid them. Instead, they got to tackle it head on. And Magisk will take the head off of Electronic. Now Simple at the back of the site taps down the first man in, and they don't actually respond immediately. It's Zipnik's there to deal with Simple. Boomich Up through the ramp, they're not ready for a third man, and Boomic sends them all packing. A 12th round on the board for Na'Vi, and it's big Boomic there with a big plate to make that round happen. 12-5, and you love to see it, especially because he's been struggling early on, right? Boomic had 3 kills going into that round there. He's over-doubled it with an MP9 in a very important round.
Those GG bet odds have closed right up. They were favoring Astralis pretty heavily coming into this map, and I don't blame them considering how dominant Inferno was, but Na'Vi have come alive in the second, and Astralis on a full eco now. Deegs, no armor, no utility. Even some Glocks still in play. It's not going to be pretty here for Astralis. Any kills they can find is fantastic. This is common to see Cat plays with this kind of buy. Simple. Oh dear, Messi in middle. He's going to get dropped. Flamey. If he dies here, that's not only a route open for Astralis, but multiple guns at the feet of these Ts. Flamey needs to stay alive, and he will fall back into the B site. Astralis just going for that Cat play that we expect, but Electronic should be able to lay down the hurt here. AK in his hands. That's a good start. Ooh. Nice.
Dupree does get that response, but yeah, there's Boomic immediately cancelling him out with the nade. And so they put a stop to that round getting too deadly, nice and easy over on the Na'Vi side. The investment is in for Astralis, but their chance, same as what we saw from Na'Vi back on Inferno, to kind of get control over this half, really does rely now on this one round over here on the T side for Astralis. They've got to find some success, and if they don't, this could be our second 16-5. Yeah. Maybe not even the last. Double flashes down through mid as they run the gauntlet. Ballsy to say the least. Flamey fully flashed here with these mid doors flashes. Does just try and hunker down and hold for any sort of mid play. Boomic aggressing over towards the long doors, just keeping Astralis out of as many avenues as he can. That nade finds a bit of chip damage onto Dupree. And even little, you know, strokes of damage like that onto both Zipnix and Dupree in this round have some implications for Na'Vi. It opens up these AK players down to the one-shot headshot potential of these M4s. Simple. Away from the catwalk, gets flashed out of the angle. Has to concede this ground to Astralis. So they've got Cat, they've got 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. But this is looking like a B play.
Yeah, the mid to B. But the smoke's going down for Astralis. Na'Vi are leaning on the A site with 3. They're not going to be able to put a stop to this. It's all about the players inside of B holding their own. Flamey has to be careful with these mid peaks. You know how dangerous they are. Astralis are going to be watching, and he gets dinked on the first fight, not even looking for a kill, and he's out of the round for now. Perfecto has got to stand the test of time. Flamey going 1-for-1. Do they check it? Yes, they do. Flying through the air. Zipnix and Perfecto, a perfect spray to find damage, not kills. Only 1 as Dupree and Glaive are put on their last legs. It's Na'Vi in for a retake here to find 14. 3-on-3, and Device has got the AWP as well in tunnels. Will he be ready for Boomic?
Oh, Boomic. Oh, Device did just check, but a second too soon, and Boomic lays waste to him. Glaive and Dupree low on HP, and now a 1v3. The man on our screen has to try and do it all. Half the timer ticked off this bomb. Dupree does deal with the first man in. And now trying to isolate these fights. Dupree, a second, just simple left to beat. And while he does get the kill, I don't know if there's time. This is going to be so down to the wire.
He's got it.
Oh, they do get the round. Simple in the 1v1, gets the frag. Dupree hoped he'd done enough, but it wasn't. 14-5. And Na'Vi, they might be about to do it to him again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a 50-kill game for Simple, but there's just simply not enough rounds, Harry. He's got 19 frags, 8 deaths. He's top of the server and winning the crucial one-on-one as well, just to not let Astralis back in the game. It may feel like, you know, that's not an important round for Simple because of the scoreline, but you just don't want Astralis to start to pick it up if you're Na'Vi. You don't want to give them anything here in the second half. Do to them what they did to you. Go flawless in that second half. because this is almost exactly the inverse of Inferno. We've already talked about it, but a 10-5 half, and then Astralis went 6-0 on CT Inferno to close the map. Na'Vi didn't get a single T round. Well, right now Astralis might be dealt the same hand. It's 4-0 for Na'Vi in this half. Electronic looking to make it 5, and he finds Glaive up on the catwalk. A desperation B play for Astralis. Perfecto's ready for it. Pushed up close. He's going to get the spray, but no headshot. Dupree's quicker on the trigger, and he's looking to find more. Outside of the site is the man in the door, but he loses his life. Flamey picked up by Magiska top of the box, and now Astralis can plant it. It's this time ready for the flanking the tunnels as well, and Na'Vi might call their first save.
Simple. The Cyclops here. One eye is all that's needed. And not getting that kill. All right, he's got to run for the hills. Got to head the hell out of there. Astralis, they will put a 6th round up on the board here with this B plate. Oh, that's 1 kill found on these players attempting to save. That's going to force Astralis to exit through the mid doors. Dupree does regain the tunnel's control. So actually they've dealt with this danger.
With that 6th round on the board, we're looking at not replicating the scoreline there from Katowice. Unfortunate. The 16-5s.
That would be quite a series if we had the same scorelines across 4 maps. Of course, this one's looking like it's going to a 5th or a 3rd.
Yeah. Just for the simplicity, probably just say a 3rd.
Not a BO5, not yet. That's the grand final, though. That'll be coming up in some time. This is the first day of Stage 2 groups with more round-robin action featuring some of the top teams in Europe. And, well, the top 2 teams in the world. On your screens right now, Na'Vi Astralis, and it's another buy-in for Na'Vi after that save. The orb getting swapped out. Simple is back on it. Astralis take long, but they don't do much with it. Bomb going to be joining them late, but they still have 2 lurks.
Simple posted up here in middle. Eyes towards Xbox, but he's going to back away. Slither back in the CT spawn while Electronic swings on Cat. And finds a kill on Device. So it's either Simple or Electronic. Pick your poison, Debbie.
Well, at the end of the day, it's just poison. So nothing that Astralis want.
Nice little jump peek for info there from Boomich. Spots the players at long, and now the game plan of Astralis is all too clear to the Na'Vi side. Boomich spamming this smoke, gets away with 1 kill and a bit of damage spread onto everyone else. Glaive trying to come in for this late lurk, and he does deal with Electronic there. He wasn't quite able to get the drop on him. 2nd kill for Glaive in this round. Has left a 3-on-3 open. Boomich tries to go through this Molotov, and now he's very, very deep. Glaive over here on the catwalk, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. And he will look to answer the call. It's getting close. Glaive finally finished off, and now Xyp9x 1v2. But we know this man can hold his own in the clutch. Does manage to deal with Perfecto, and now just Flamey to find the time ticking away from Flamey. Xyp9x might be about to add another clutch to the tally, and indeed he does. 7 rounds on the board for Astralis, and 3 for Xyp9x in that round. Na'Vi, no money left, so a chance for Astralis to start to grind their way back into this game.
The exact position Na'Vi don't want to be in. Of course, they're still comfortable right now. They have plenty of opportunities to close this map and take us to train, but Astralis with back-to-back rounds off the back of Na'Vi's save has left them, like you say, absolutely out of dollars here on the CT side. Astralis, how many rounds will they take on this attempted comeback? They're going to go fast and furious in this one. Dupree getting stuck in the wall. He has a Mac 10 to find these easy kills on the armorless players. Majestic down, it's got to be careful. Dupree may as well run through this Molotov as it fades. Set up towards a B split.
Yeah, and the frags found in this round from the side of Astralis can be classified as eeks, or at least that's how NAF would classify them. Gonna go get them eeks. Need some more eeks. Talking about the eek-a-trills.
Just hunting him down 1 by 1. Make quick work of it for Astralis. They deal with the last long player. Xyp9x lets Electronic get out, but finds him at the end of the round. It's Astralis on 8, 14 for Na'Vi, and still money to work with now as they can reinvest and try and close out this game. No AWP though for this buy. It's going to be some time.
And with Zipnik starting to find his form, Astralis, if there ever was a time for them to do the impossible and get back into this, it is now. Zipnik went from being pretty like middle of the pack, 12 kills to his name, to now second in the server in these last 2 rounds, putting up 6 of the 10 kills required. Perfecto is fully blind here, but is going back into this smoke. I kind of love this from Perfecto. They've completely gone round him, and because, oh, never mind, Device, of course, he checks it. And that's Perfecto deleted. Not able to get a little gimmicky smoke push off. Look at how fast these rotations are for Na'Vi. 3 players over in mid. But this retake can't really afford to happen until Boomich is in position. They're going to try and quad man wrap into the tunnels. Glaive, while he's expecting, 1 or 2 players to come from here, this might be a little bit over his estimations. There's the CT push from Boomich, and he does manage to pick up Glaive. So now the man advantage in favor of Na'Vi, but that Molotov might just seal their fate, rather. Yeah, they're going to have to save. They back out. 4 players staying alive for Na'Vi. Astralis, they don't even let that retake get attempted by the Na'Vi side.
It's a safe stack for Astralis. Instead of leaving the site, they're going to go triple cart. You can survive that bomb if you have enough health. Zipnik gets away with 10. So, yeah, not a problem for Astralis. 3 guns saved. That was important as well. They knew that both their exit routes were cut off. Na'Vi had both tunnels and mid. So if Astralis leave the site, they likely give away that AWP on Device. And to a Na'Vi that can't afford it, could have grave consequences. This comeback starting to look realistic. 4 rounds in a row. 10 is the next for Astralis. Once they get double, that's when you really got to start worrying. Flaming gets legged on the cross, and Boomich sprays down 2 massive kills from Boomich as he backs off here, keeping the advantage for Na'Vi. They bought utility around this buy somewhat, and they've made it work for now. But Astralis, good in these mid rounds, slow it down in a 3-on-4. They need to win the next fight, though, otherwise things will be locked and loaded for Na'Vi to find map point.
And depending how this round, pays out, this could certainly be something where Boomich looks back and puts a big old smile on his face for the 2 frags that he got there. You see this reaggression of along here from the 2 players of Astralis. They're going to leave Dupree in middle and try to put this AWP out there in the forefront. Get some shots down range onto Na'Vi, who do find themselves set up for a rotation. Currently, Perfecto watching from the elevator, and that's going to be Boomich on catwalk. Mid's now clear. The word has been given.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and this is a good read from Na'Vi on this whole situation. They send Simple into the back line. Glaive had been holding for it this entire time. And at the exact moment Simple is about to come around the corner, Glaive has looked away. There's a little gap now for Simple to exploit. And this is not a man you want to go giving room to. The round is now in Simple's hands, and there's 1 to his name. He's going to hold off on the repeat. Glaive is locking down the angle, so he's made the right decision, toying with them. Just keeping this in the back of Astralis' minds might be enough. Dupree dealt with on the car. Glaive left alone, and Simple comes in with the long wrap to solidify map point for Na'Vi, 15-9.
Yeah, that's such a good play from Simple, right? He just doesn't overcommit. He goes, he gets the info, he knows they're long, they've thrown the smokes, he gets a kill on Device, and then he just backs up. And like you said, he waits for his team, because Simple, he can go wide there and try and get another kill, but if he dies, it gives Astralis an equal trade, and they just commit to A, and they have a better chance. With him stalling out, letting Perfecto get the next fight, and Astralis trading that one out, they're going to be preoccupied. And Simple comes in the very end to close it out. A safe one for Na'Vi as they solidify 15. Fast mid-play for Astralis through the smoke. So he didn't catch it, but Flamey will trade as well as the bullet is caught by his chest. Glaive goes above and beyond him, B, but Perfecto is going to send him packing. Astralis once again down a man.
Yeah, we're looking at potentially the end of map 2. Does leave us for Train as a decider, but for the time being, just Magisk, Zipex, and Device. It's going to be Device that takes Simple out of a round, leaving Perfecto vulnerable in this B site. Posted up at the closet. Now the hit's going to come on in. Just from the door, it's Device with the shot. And ultimately, at this point, anybody's round. 2v3. While Magisk is very low, it doesn't look like Na'Vi want to get too up close and personal with it. So we're going to see another save come out here. Boomich maybe trying to get some exit kills towards lower, but double digits for the Danes. 15-10.
And yeah, I mean, even though it's not a huge chance for Astralis, right? you don't feel like chaining together 5 rounds is that impossible. They already managed to get 4 in a row over on this T side with this 1 round, thanks to really Boomich and Simple coming in to get Na'Vi 2-map point. But I don't know, man, you can never count Astralis out. That's the thing with this squad, right? Like, it just can't be done. They can always make anything feel doable. And with Device coming alive in that round there, Xyp9x, as we touched upon, having a real resurgence as well. I don't know, it feels like the key players for Astralis are starting to find their footing here on Dust 2. Now, is it going to be the classic situation of just too little, too late? And with Na'Vi already being so far ahead, you know, it's only going to take one big performance. And when you do just so happen to have the best player in the world on your team, you know, those big performances can come pretty frequently.
Oh, maybe even from Perfecto as well. Yeah, he's dropped 2 outside of long. Boomich just come in for support. Perfecto stalling. Doesn't need to recommit. Glaive's been tagged, and Boomich can make next contact. He finishes the job. Not like this, Astralis. This was an eco for Na'Vi with saved weapons. They might make it a reality. Only Device left up. He's not got the bomb, but neither did Na'Vi. He doesn't have his life either. Na'Vi shut him down in the middle. 16 rounds to 10. It gets close. Astralis claw the comeback, but it wasn't meant to be. Train is where this series will end up. The final map to a best-of-3 series to see who will be the top dog of the Pro League. Join us after the break for the finale.
You come over.
Ayy, I'm on my way to the paper. All of my women look tailored. It costs a few thousand, it's tailored. Can't drop a dime to save a wall. I'm in the room with the bosses. All of our pockets look gorgeous, ayy. You'll see the boys in the Forbes, ayy. Constantly plotting, we want this, ayy. I need my bag and clips extended, ayy. Blast you haters to fragments, ayy. Got no time for the cameras, cause I might just pull the extension, ayy. Young back to the basics. Get in that bag on occasion. She top it until she get brainless, hey. Damn it, I love to be famous. Ayy, I'm in my bag, I don't have to brag, no. Ayy, she's watching me stack it, so water my cap and fold. Ayy, if I spend it all, it's just cause I'm racking more. Ayy, you so 10 in a bag, you know I'm not capping, bro. Whoa, moving too fast, you probably thought it's a ghost. Whoa, stack it up, been doing the most. Whoa, moving too fast, yeah, I just hopped in a ghost. Whoa, stack it up, I've been doing the most.
Ayy, I got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing else to prove. I see they all tryna shoot. Ashamed though, cause I'm bulletproof. Can't touch me, I'm up on the roof. I'm catching bodies, hiding all the proof. I make them disappear like poof. Just like that, you're gone for good. Little baby say she wants the wood. Man, I'm so misunderstood. Done playing games when you want the goods. Really did start from the bottom. Those moments can't be forgotten. And they been trying to see how I got it. Just know they the least like body. Like body.
Ayy, I'm in my bag, I don't have to brag, no. Ayy, she's watching me stack it, so water my cap and fold. Ayy, if I spend it all, it's just cause I'm racking more. Ayy, you so 10 in a bag, you know I'm not capping, bro. Whoa, moving too fast, you probably thought it's a ghost.
16-5 the score of the first map of Inferno, going the way of Astralis. Now we went into the second map, which was Dust 2, and it was Navi that made mashed potatoes out of the Danes. Now, well, we get the treat of going to that third map. Train between these two powerhouses in what is the second stage of the ESL Pro League Season 11. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a look at some highlights and try to talk you right into this next map.
Yeah, exciting scenes right now, right? Na'Vi bouncing back after that first one, finding what was, felt like a dominant win. Astralis do manage to get 5 out of the last 6 rounds and put together at least double digits in that one. But for the longest time, that was Na'Vi's through and through. They were 14-5 up and looking to close out the map. They do eventually. It doesn't get too dangerous and simple. He's back, he's alive, he's in the server. He was there for Inferno, but it felt a little bit lackluster. There just wasn't anything behind his kills. It required him getting 3 or 4 to even pick up rounds on the CT side of Inferno. Well, right now, at least, his team are appearing and performing behind him, Harry. We have Electronic, we have Boomich as well. Perfecta coming in with some crucial kills on that B bomb site against Astralis Rushes also.
Obviously, back at Katowice, we were robbed of a 3-map series between these two teams. We never got to see Train, and that's coming up on the cards now. But Dust 2 set us up very, very nicely to get there. Trace, I see you over by the telestrator having a little play around.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to revisit some of the things that we have going on here, some of the players that we've watched. I'm going to need you guys to help me, hell, even you guys at home, and using hashtag ESL Pro League. We look at the players to watch, we look at some of our playmakers, and we've identified both Electronic and Simple here. Now, are we still standing by this? Electronic did have a slow first map, seems to have turned it around here on Dust 2, guys.
Yeah, I mean, still struggling overall. When you look at the numbers overall for the series, it's not great for Electronic. It is just a simple show. Him and Flamey are actually the only ones positive. And Flamey has looked good since, I think, day one, round one, even on B and Inferno.
I think that's a really good case, actually, to pull Flamey up onto the playmaker side as well. Because even in interviews, Electronic went on to say how back at Kato, he thought that Flamey could have been someone to have retrieved an MVP for delivering consistently good performances in the team. And I think that's been very, very true for this man in this iteration of Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's certainly hard to fill the role when you have people like Simple Electronic who are in the team to be the star players, who are there to do all the heavy lifting. And then Flamey, he just has to idly, sit by and let them be the stars. But also, he is holding his own. He is getting the kills in his positions where he needs to, and he's setting up his team. So it's nice stuff from Flamey. Seeing him back in the server and performing well in 2020 is always a pleasure.
Yeah, and he's not the only one that's performing well. As we continue to take a look at our board here, no precipitation in sight. However, we do have one man who I'm going to put out here on an island all on his own, and that's Magisk. What is he doing in this series, guys? How impactful is Magisk?
Man, so on Dust 2, maybe not felt so hard, but back on Inferno, he was instrumental to the Astralis success, it felt like. Whether that was opening up kills, right? You think about the amount of times he just entered into that B site. There's that one insane round where he just shoots a player through coffins without even seeing him. He kept doing things like that, just constantly in the face of Na'Vi, almost like the attack dog of Astralis, but also like he was so instrumental at getting these key trades, keeping rounds in their favor. So I fully agree with that, Trace. Get Magisk up on that board.
Yeah, we got him up on the board. One more point I want to make here. Now, that would be under the 200 IQ IGL statistic or category, however you want to look at it. That's the in-game leader, the IGL. Now, we've got Boomich up here. We've known that he's had some impact there. We found him getting him multiple multi-kill rounds. But overall, how are we feeling about these two teams in both Astralis and Na'Vi finding their footing and their rhythm in terms of their game plan and approach towards each other?
Yeah, I mean, I think both maps showed really, really strong calling from either side, but like respectively to the wins, right? Like Astralis called a fantastic game back on Inferno, and here in Dust 2, it felt like a real swap around, right? It was kind of Boomich in the gang that had the read on the game and were very much controlling the pace. I think Train sets us up for a great like middle ground, and we get to see a map that didn't appear a few months ago back in Katowice, and now with both the IGLs, both the teams looking warmed up, I'm hoping this is going to be a close one, Trace.
Yeah, that seems to be the plan. Train, as you can tell, is the only map that remains. Now, I have to look at this and say who's better. Right now, both teams neck and neck. You start to see a little bit of a fight from Astralis there on the back end of what Dust 2 was, but ultimately they couldn't close it out. So maybe, just maybe, I still put a little fiver here with Na'Vi, and we go to a quick break so that we can come back, so that we can decide who is winning this series here in Stage 2 of the ESL Pro League Season 11.
And with the little gun, it's a big Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
The future waits for no one, so we refuse to wait for it. Today, battles are waged in nanoseconds, and planes are piloted from the other side of the world. The future's not coming, it's already here. Join us and be the future.
You've been distracted, your best, my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Heard that, wonder when I'm gonna peak at. And that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'm a dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting a blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Embrace your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together and staying off track forever. Child of the nation, go seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Reverse the tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, go back your back now. Keep your feet on the road and stand up.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, Air Force, GG.bet, and ESEA.
Yes, yes, y'all, and we don't stop right here with Astralis and Navi at the very tip-top of the clock. We're almost to the 9 o'clock hour, and of course, by that, I mean about 20 minutes from now. So we begin to look at the last map of the series, Train on the cards. That's the decider between these two teams, and that's how we're going to determine who is the better, I suppose, given the confines that we have. Given the circumstances that we have, that is how we're going to determine it. I have Harry and Hugo here, and they're also a decent judge of character, moreover, a better judge of the game itself. So just getting into the game is what we're going to do. Not really any time to talk about anything, and that's kind of good too. So without any further ado, I present to you a little bit of DE_Train, the decider of this series, and ultimately what's going to be what puts the food on the plate for either of these teams.
Yeah, and Astralis favored on the GG bet odds as well, so things are spicing up, things are heating up. Trace, we're getting into the third map of this series. It's one that we've already seen these two teams face on recently as well. Back at Blast, Astralis destroyed Na'Vi 16-6 on this map. We've seen 10-round CT sides on both maps so far. Well, that was the same back then. Will it be the same here? Who knows? That knife round is certainly going to play an impact into this map, but we're getting into the action. Harry, take it away.
Oh boy, you know what that music means? It means one thing and one thing only. This pistol round is about to begin, and it's Astralis, Na'Vi, map number 3, Train, the map that we never got to see back at Katowice, is on our screen now. Wow, technology has come a long way. And here's Na'Vi starting off with a fast speed play for 2, but not for the rest of the team. That bomb instead on the back of Boomich waiting over here remains some Ivy control. This is going to be a 3-pronged split into the A bomb site with a player or maybe 2 players heading through the pop dog. And with that kill onto Glaive, maybe Na'Vi changed their mind now.
Glaive went up the ladder. That's a crazy move to make in the pistol round, and Simple is going to punish it. Disallowed by Na'Vi. And that's because Na'Vi threw 2 players in B early. They were very loud about it, and we, of course, saw Astralis rotate 3 players towards that inner site in anticipation of a B commitment. There was none. Na'Vi have run a slow default ever since that point. You can see how scared they are of potential wraps. Boomich is even holding onto this stairwell. His teammates there. Don't shoot Flamey. And Na'Vi, with a man advantage, they can go anywhere they please. Astralis are gambling on triple inner, but that is not where the bomb's going to be heading up. Boomich throwing smokes towards the A site. And Na'Vi committing in the yard.
Yeah, and in this moment, there's that whole thing where I ask you to put hands up because it's just been given to me. 428,444 people watching across the globe in that last match, watching online, and I appreciate every single individual one of you. Now we're going to see what can be coupled together here from the side of Astralis on a retake of the outside site bomb being planted. Na'Vi's trying to set up for a little bit of a defense of this. However, some Magiska Company, they're going to get in here real fast. They've already taken the site back. However, 4 members alive here. Perfecto is going to work every bit of magic he can to stop that. Gets himself 2. Can he go for 3? It's going to be Zipex caught out in the open. Tagged by Electronic. Ultimately taken out of the round. Just Device. He backs off towards CT spawn. Not much that he can hope for at this point in the round. Perhaps a couple more frags. That bomb is too far gone. We're going to see this first round of Train go for Na'Vi with 4 alive.
Certainly the start they would have wanted. Like I mentioned, back when we saw this game play out at Blast, it was a 10-round half for Astralis on the CT side of Train, while Na'Vi, they may start on the T side, but they at least start strong. And start as you mean to go on. That's what they say. So the buy is in for Na'Vi and Astralis. They want to bring the heat as well. Triple scout in the second round. I love this buy. I always love seeing heavy scouts on CT Train. Very easy to play safe towards a backtrack, so yet still getting, you know, at least position and sight over bomb. You can deny plants by just playing safe positions, essentially in the CT spawn or not far out of it. And the pistols can finish off the job that the scouts start, or vice versa, really. Pistol's going to be making first contact pushed up as well. Device not seeing a player through the incandescence of the Molotov. Electronic finding that kill.
Always try to find a way to get that word in here.
It's a great word.
It's pretty cool. It sounds really cool. It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
A bit shorter.
A little bit shorter.
Easier on the tongue.
Not even sure that that word sounds cool. It's just a little bit of a tongue jammer. Pepe jammer, if you will.
Well, it's time to jam your tongues as you head into this round. It's Na'Vi with a man up. Just scouting down Ivy. He's looking for a bit of a bite at the action as well. He does get a tag, but Na'Vi will concede the position, falling back, leaving Electronic in tandem. Dupree's pushed T-Con, and Simple is going to have to deal with it. Surely aware of the possibility with that smoke fading. And another one coming in. Astralis delaying this play very well. Of course, you know, it's not Inferno. Na'Vi is still going to be given options, and there's no more smokes left up for Astralis to stall out this round. But Na'Vi, where do they go? Players walking towards the halls with the bomb. Electronic is peeled off of Ivy as well. We have 2 scouts here for Astralis.
Oh, Dupree might have just caught this timing very, very favorably. No one keeping an eye on Upper. They just checked it moments ago, and he does manage to find the kill onto Flamey. Now the wrap around from Electronic should deal with him, and it will. 3 scouts on the retake. This is anything but ideal.
It just gets one, but that bomb is an open plant for Na'Vi, and they have players just hiding in the site with crossfires. Xyp9x is not going to be able to get too much closer, but Perfecto goes aggressive, and that's a free kill. Na'Vi can't afford to force these fights. There's no kit for Astralis. Time is the biggest pressure on them in this round. Xyp9x going wide, but he is all that stands now between Na'Vi and a second. Looking for any sort of damage here, any kill off of the scout, and it's going to be denied. Na'Vi, they get out alive. 2 guns. Krieg and AK dragged forward. And Astralis, they certainly make that one interesting. They take away kills and get some damage. Dupree with a nice flank. We've already seen Astralis in both these rounds push up the Pop Dog ladder. Na'Vi need to remain aware of that as we move forward.
Yeah, and this series has delivered us all the way to the end to train, and rightfully so. The most hype match in the season thus far. Of course, your hot match of the day. We're going to have Mouse Sports versus OG after this one. It's going to be right here on the same great station, so you won't even have to adjust that dial. You won't have to get out of your chair, really. Why would you need to move?
Oh, and Electronic doesn't need to move either. The kills are just going to come to him, and come on, bud. Simple's going to steal it away. I was going to say maybe he gets all of them there, but not quite. 3 of the 4 certainly ain't bad, and he's going to go full-on Bames John. That's 7-0. Na'Vi, 3-0 up with the investment coming in from Astralis. Double Orbs coming on through for this CT side immediately in their first buy round.
Yeah, but just got the AWP as well. Going to be taking that off spawn towards the Ivy position. Device and the connector. Simple no AWP for him yet, but if they win this round, they can get one of the free AWPs gifted over. Na'Vi running bonus with a faster approach with the SMGs. Dupree waiting, but he looks away. Oh, Electronic almost misses a spray, gets away with a kill in the end, climbing up above the ladder. Magic's getting one off the AWP, and he's got a nice line of sight through the smoke, but Boomich will fire one right back. Not even being able to see his opponent as he takes the AWP down, and even catches the timing as Device looks around. Boomich is trying to win this round on his own, but he's down on 4, and low HP now. Xyp9x in a 1-on-2. Both these players extremely tagged, and the bomb dropped in the open.
It's gross how doable he makes every clutch look, right? Gets all that damage onto Boomich, and now has left himself in a 1v2 where they've got 17 points of health between the 2 of them. Xyp9x going to go and wrap back towards CT, and this is where Boomich was just moments ago. Electronic isn't looking this way. Now turns back around, and timing is everything here. Xyp9x, is he going to be ready? Electronic just goes back to check the main position. And now Boomich, last man left standing for Xyp9x. He's got a bit of an idea where he could be. He knows he was in CT, but Xyp9x just came from there. And Electronic seemed to be completely discounting that he could have been in the back line. So Xyp9x is very, very paranoid about a CT play or a man getting out through con, and that's where Boomich has come from. Emerging now, grabs that bomb, smoke into the site, and tries to rotate up through the Pop Dog. Xyp9x going to realize this, starts to try and get ahead of the curve. It's a race against the clock. Now Boomich does manage to get into the site, but there's no time for the board plant. He needed the kill, and he gets it. Na'Vi, they go 4-0 up. A sick clutch from Boomich to keep himself flawless on the scoreboard. And a 4th round delivered courtesy of the IGL behind Na'Vi.
You have to look at the timer at the end of this round. Like, what on earth? Yes, the Molotov's out there, and it could have been as easy as for the CT to dive away, but sometimes That's not exactly what crosses the mind now, is it?
What a play from Boomich. He throws a molly, he spots Xyp9x come out through the smoke, and, Boomich doesn't know what utility Xyp9x has, but if he goes to the plant, he's dead. He's going to get mollied off. He's already low, and he has just 1 second to commit to that plant. So what a heads-up call from Boomich to go for the kill, and he's going to pad his stats alongside of it. Also, Bame's up as he's 7-0-0, joining his teammate, Na'Vi, with 2 picks in the outer sight in this round. Running wild on Na'Vi. Simple his back turn, but will swivel on the spot with shots from Device. You can't afford to miss those as Astralis. They're going to miss out on a 5th round here. Na'Vi looking to go 5-0 up, and not much to get in their way.
Yeah, that missed kill by Device has got to sting a little bit. But albeit not a whole lot to take home in this round. Perfecto about to get the drop on Glaive. Doesn't make a lot of noise. Doesn't matter though, it's just Xyp9x. Scout onto Simple. And will find himself at Old Bomb. No HP, no way to defuse the bomb. So, formality's all done. It's all over with. Perfecto with the last kill of the round, and Na'Vi stealing this halfway so far. Weapons out for Astralis now. Let's see where Device takes this AWP. Oh, a double AWP. Or AVP for some of the viewers at home.
Yeah, again, Magic's taking it, right? It feels map dependent for Astralis. We've had Dupree on it over in Dust with the second up for Astralis. More commonly on his hands than Magisk, but maybe it's just the roles they play on train.
Yeah, it would make sense, right? With Magisk being over here towards Ivy and back green, he can look to do a lot with this AWP. But another man who can do a lot with the AWP is Simple.
It's like he's done this before.
Yeah, it's almost like this isn't his first time in the server. And he's showing that in a brilliant way. However, that's a bit of a blunder. Luckily enough, Device misses that second shot, but that was the bomb dropped. In amongst all of this, Simple's gone out alone into the B site. The rest of the team have fallen back, and Simple's keeping the attention here in a very big way. Dupree, meanwhile, has taken Pop Dog, this position that Simple was able to open up in this round. And now Dupree's got to try and hold the fort. They double drop. Oh! Simple, back up the ladder, gets himself out of danger. That was incredible. He just climbs back to safety.
I'm out.
Dupree's a hero in this round. Na'Vi bailed from B after Single got that tag because they wanted to take Pop. Boomich already had that position, but Dupree swings in and kills him, and he's denied this point of rotation for Na'Vi. It might even force a save in this T-side round, as rare as that feels. Time is everything. Oh, Glaive, this is a big play as well. He's on a back wrap as Simple comes down the lower stairs. Timing could catch Simple off guard. He does have the AWP out. He's ready for it. Glaive getting taken down. 20 seconds. Big frag from Dupree. 3rd of the round. All impactful from him as Simple gets mollied. He might have to force the save in this round. Not much else you can do. If he peeks, there's an AWP scoped in on him. That's Device in the connector. So Simple saving his AWP and giving Astralis their first. Dupree is the hero here as he makes this happen.
Yeah, no real reason to panic just yet for the side of Na'Vi. Just 1 round conceded. Not a fantastic financial situation that Astralis find themselves in. They do net themselves a Krieg and a double op setup again. There's going to be some weapons in the hands of Perfecto and Flamey before they head out of spawn.
I think already the fact that we have 3 players on Na'Vi in over 100 ADR sets us up for a nice Na'Vi T side, right? Obviously Simple being one of them, but Electronic and Boomich actually leading the way in the server right now. We've been waiting to see Electronic come alive all series long, and if he saved it up for this 3rd map, then that's fantastic. Xyp9x with this Krieg, trying to take advantage of the smoke, not able to get away with a kill here. Over at the top of B. All these nades and all this presence has prompted a rotation from Glaive from that connector position. Him and Xyp9x maybe going to swap and have Xyp9x playing the slightly longer angle with the Krieg. Now, Na'Vi moving away from B. They don't look to commit here just yet. That bomb's still waiting above the Pop Dog. However, with no player in main, no Ivy aggression, this does look like it might just boil down to a B play, right? They don't have control anywhere else. They don't have Pop Dog. They don't have Ivy. The best thing they've got is Electronic just keeping an eye on it with a Krieg, trying to make sure no aggression comes through. There's something to bear in mind in amongst all of this is that dupreeh has snuck himself into main, just snuck up, hasn't really been pressured yet outside of those flashbangs. So Astralis have a pretty good bout of information in this round. Ivy's the only spot that's lacking, and that has kept these 3 players for Astralis at the A side of the map. Zipnik's trying to hold the line at B, gets bested by Boomich almost immediately. Glaive tries to play the trigger discipline, and Flamey will come in with the trade. He gets checked, he gets found out. And so for Magisk and Device, the double orbs, they're going to look to save. They can't retake this, let alone in a 2-on-4.
Yeah, but just peeking off the back of the info as Electronic shoots Device coming in back off that B site. It does save his teammate and get rid of one of those Kriegs for the time being. Flamey is going to retrieve it, though.
Let's talk a little bit about the importance of this double op setup from Astralis. Just how pivotal is this going to be if they can get it flowing smoothly?
Well, that's if we see Na'Vi take Ivy, right? It's not been a point of contention this game so far. Magisk has been there almost every round with the AWP device. He plays a float AWP on this map. We're going to see him moving around a lot, you know, just constantly taking different peaks, different angles, swapping sites. But right now, he's not, you know, getting anything done. Na'Vi are you know, conceding main. They're not going for any of these quick A plays that Astralis would probably love. You know, throw down those mollies, hold the line of sight, wait behind the smokes. Na'Vi are running slow burner rounds where they give Astralis map control, give them information, and then just more often than not execute into B. Well, it's worked out so far. 6-1 up. Astralis' first round gets instantly combated back by Na'Vi, and Zipnix is on a scout to join the double orb. That's where the economy's at right now. No reserve money for Astralis, really, as Na'Vi look to go 7-1 up, and what could be a break at the bank. They are going to go fast out yard for a change, though. Double Ivy setup. Maybe Magisk can come to life.
Oh, and in that molly, Glaive will deliver them from Ivy. 2 kills go his way, and a man advantage taken for Astralis. Flamey, who was deep in the site earlier on, but trapped by those Molotovs in this very, very forward position. Okay. But Device hits that flick, and now Electronic and Simple are left in the 2-on-4. Simple will deal with Zipnix, and now the flash, does allow for the peak to come in. They're both on the ladders, they're ladder buddies. They're on the other side of the train from one another, and it's Electronic to get another kill. Oh, they hear it hit. They hear the molly. And oh, dear, Glaive, what does he do? Into the arms of Simple. This was a 2-on-4. Now only Magisk left. The dynamic duo of Simple and Electronic has done so much. And Magisk is the only man left to try and disrupt it, closing the distance here around the bomb train. Spots Electronic, misses the shot, and now they know Simple locks it in. And all 5 come from the 2 men over on Na'Vi that we've been looking to in this matchup. My word, their 7th round on the board. And an incredible round from them two to make that happen. Everything about it, every engagement, they win, they isolate. Somehow in a stack that's filled with 4 Astralis players over at the A site, they isolate every one of those fights into a series of these one-on-ones. The knowledge and the utility to molly Glaive out of position, everything about it. Perfect from Na'Vi.
That's why we look to these 2 guys on the side of Na'Vi. That's why they are the players to watch out for on this roster. What an incredible round. And that has broken Astralis right back as well. We talked about it. The money wasn't there anyway. Astralis put everything into that round after losing the previous. And now they have nothing. Scouts, pistols, armor, they save some money. Na'Vi are saving this series right now. 7-1 up on the T side of the final map.
Yeah, that's the start you want if you're Na'Vi. No more of this Inferno nonsense. Which, if you did miss, really did go the way of Astralis.
16-4, in fact. Quite the start, or 5 rather.
5,
quite the start comparison to this map.
Yep, 16-10 on Dust 2. Train so far doing well for Na'Vi. Yeah, that 2-on-4, just like the missed shots there from Device, is also going to sting. That's the thing about Astralis, is they have that sort of resiliency to pick themselves back up. Obviously, they've just about seen everything that every team can throw at them, to include some of their own strats.
Oh, Electronic's got a great position here. Now, there's a scout watching, but It's a common position. He'll check it. Good time. He catches Glaive with a flashbang out. That's infuriating for Glaive. He must have been holding that for a while, given the position. Simple spamming the smoke, not wanting anyone to come close, but there is a man behind it. Dupree is playing with fire, and in this case, playing with smoke. They run through it. Boomich with the bomb gives it away. Na'Vi will be able to get the kills and the trades to pick up this round, but that got a little bit scary. 9 seconds. They have to plant, and they will. Zipnix is probably going to die before the round's up, but he gets a shot off. Still planted for Na'Vi and almost a guaranteed 8th, but man, that got dicey. That's why Boomich ran through the smoke, but at the same time, it could have been the undoing of Na'Vi giving away that bomb. Luckily, they trade onto Dupree, and Astralis do have money here, but they don't have rounds. 8-1 up, and their first time out in this map.
And that's the thing, right? Like, think about how it must feel to be in the Astralis side right now. Like, we've seen so many of these rounds from Na'Vi feel like they're coming down to just millisecond of timings getting missed by Astralis. That round there, Glaive was holding Ivy all round long. The moment he takes the flash out, he gets shot in the back. A couple of rounds ago, similar scenes in this same position over at the A-bomb site where you just have players holding an angle for what feels like an eternity. And the moment they turn away, Na'Vi get the kill. It feels like Na'Vi have like hit that flow state right now over on the T side, right, where everything is just coming up Na'Vi. And Astralis are on the complete opposite side of that, right? It seems like everything is going wrong in the mind of the Danes. And it's going to take them to put this first round on the board to dig yourself out of it. You know, I think once they get one, that's where we see them make this resurgence. And I think, you know, if they get it soon, they can still recover this CT side. But you've got to break the curse. And this could be that round. Glaive and Zipnix with 2 quick kills. And they finally put a stop to this fast A play from Na'Vi. You see teams do this a hell of a lot where they're just trying to get in the heads of the opposition, right? It's like, if you just keep rushing out main, that's almost like, you know, not like BM, but it's like, you know, you're just making a statement. You guys can't even stop an A-side rush. We're just winning the fights. We're just better individuals. And that's kind of the statement that Na'Vi had been putting down range up until this round.
Yeah, finding one of those faster approaches, right? Just to run through T-Con. Na'Vi have been staying away from these immediate A bursts all game, and I kind of respect it. It's such an easy trap to fall into, a go-to on the T side, just to burst your spawns. But Astralis, they had the numbers on 8, quad stack, and they trade effectively. A man up in this round. The timing, Perfecto walks through a smoke and he catches Device throwing utility. That's a big kill for Na'Vi. It's given them an opening into the B-bomb site and a chance to plant, but the bomb is late. Look at Simple above the pop dog. Is he going to go back? Is this going to be a convoluted fake for Na'Vi as he waits for a flank that won't come through? Astralis have set up completely together in the CT side. Glaive is coming in from upper and Perfecto might not be ready for this position. Does Glaive check? No. He's walked right past. They've swapped positions. Glaive's going to get a free kill. Electronic is gone. Perfecto is unknown though by Astralis. At 20 seconds, he needs that frag. He gets it, but Zipnix has already pushed on in. Simple sticking the bomb plant, and Perfecto just needs to stay alive. He can't, not for much longer. Simple now left in the clutch. The 1-on-2. AWP. Dupree already low, trying to fight, trying to face double. Simple doesn't spot the man below, but he knows where both of them are. This shot down to 20. One more opportunity for Simple, and he can't balls it up. Zipnix with a big kill, and Astralis find their second round.
Yeah, tit for tat right there. They know that, or at least Simple knows that Dupree was holding the back line far away as possible there for as long as possible. Zipex moving up. It really does create an awkward fight. You just dance around the bomb site. Double op secured for Astralis going forward. Two rounds for the Danes.
Yeah, I mean, that note there with how Na'Vi recently lost to Astralis on Train, that was back at Blast, and we haven't seen Na'Vi lose a map on Train, or a single game on Train, with the exception of that matchup, right? They've taken down Godson, they've taken down Mouse, Fours, Nip, Cole, a lot of these decent Train teams. Remember that Fours come back as well for Na'Vi. That was in the Pro League as well, so Astralis trying to put them to the test. They do break the curse, they do get on the board, but can they keep it up, or will Na'Vi reset them? The cross is there. Glaive hits a shot, though, as Simple is thrown across the Ivy position. Great shutdown for Astralis. All of the kills in their favor. Na'Vi, what on earth can you do here? Your money's gone as well if you lose this round, so desperate times, desperate measures. B hit's probably the safest option. Guarantee that money as long as you can trade onto Zipex.
At this point, about their only option after that disastrous showing in Ivy. 1, 2, 3, all taken out. Pretty quick succession. Here comes Flaming Perfecto with the attempt to salvage this round for Na'Vi. They're going to peek out lower. Just perfecto so far with the frag in the round for the side of Na'Vi. Now on 57 HP, he's got some very interesting choices to make. He's going to try to walk his way up catwalk. Glaive kind of aware of the idea that this player could push through the smoke, but not super aware. Just is there to back up his teammate. We're going to see a third on the board for the Danes, and now things get a little interesting in the Na'Vi camp with this low economy.
Yeah, I mean, their T size essentially, you know, you can say the word done, I guess. Like 8 rounds, it doesn't matter if they go 8-7 now, they're still in a great position. But, you know, Na'Vi finally being put on their first eco at 8-3. That's kind of ridiculous to imagine. It means Astralis, of course, can get back into this game in this half, but Na'Vi going to have a rifle round just round the corner. And you know they aren't happy with 8. They want more.
What will the big man do with this here pistol? P250 lethal, some deagles to the side of that, and Flamey's going to stick to his Glock.
Well, Device getting pressured a little bit down here towards Ivy's side. First kill comes in from Magisk up there on top of the trains, toying on this ladder. That's going to be Boomich, now spotted, not able to get mopped up by Dupree, but it's not the end of the world. Na'Vi are spread very, very thinly across this entire map now. That bomb still on the back of Simple over outside of B. He's looking to try and get that planted if he can.
Flamey felt that grenade big time. Catches someone in Ivy. It's not going to be the only thing that gets caught around here. Electronic posing for the crosshair device, but the picture just wasn't there. Double scoped in, another shot from device, doesn't land.
Na'Vi is just baiting shots. They're running back and forth. They're not committing. They can't do anything with the Glocks here. Simple actually gets out B. He can plant. They know it. They're going to try and chase him down. Flamey's got a kill with the Glock mid-air, and the plant is in, but they can just stick it. They know that Na'Vi's last 2 players were in Ivy. So Astralis wait out the Molotov. They get on that defuse. Magist dropping electronic, and Flamey, he just wants to save. He just wants his free AWP for Simple. They can afford it regardless, but hey, a free one, that's very nice. And yeah, Magisk isn't going to find him. He checks Ivy. Flamey gets away in the backtracks, and that's something for Na'Vi, considering that was pretty much a P250 eco. They get an AWP, they get a bomb plant, they kill some players. Decent round.
It's not bad. Just 3 rounds left, or excuse me, 3 rounds left to play here in this half. Math.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes 2 and 2 doesn't make 5. So
I'd say all the time it does make 5, Trace, but Simple, he's looking for all 5 in this round.
Are they going to get 1, though? Magisk's AWP has looked good. Dupree on this wraparound, completely undetected. Electronic is in this same smoke as Dupree. It gets messy. And Electronic comes out on top. A 3rd man rotates around. Everyone from Astralis is here at the A bomb site to try and help out. B is completely empty, but Na'Vi look committed. Oh dear, device gets spammed down through the smoke. Magisk, the only man left standing, does manage to mop up perfecto. This AWP has looked deadly in his hands, but a 1v2 versus Electronic and Boomich, not going to happen. A 9th round on the board for Na'Vi. And man, it feels like Device is having a pretty rough game right now, right? We've seen a couple of AWP shots missed by him. That round there, he gets just completely and utterly RNG through that smoke. And these are all things, you know, that he's going to be noticing as well. You can't imagine it feels nice to be in that position. You just feel like you can't catch a break, right, at this point in time. 9-4, Na'Vi, stellar T-side. And it could get even better if they pick this round up.
Yeah, what's the answer for Device? Does he want to try and force more engagements towards main? He's going aggressive towards the sandwich. This is the kind of thing that we see Device get away with so well on this map. Just the quick rotations, the quick repositions with this AWP. But wherever he goes, there's nothing to be seen. Spots nothing in T-Con, heads towards the empty B bomb site. Na'Vi aren't even in the box halls yet. Boomich is just holding passive pop, remaining aware of this flank potential that Astralis have shown in the past. Glaive has gone up this ladder, even in the opening round. Na'Vi, again, going back to what has been working that got them up to this point in the first place. These slow T rounds, making Astralis sweat, making them burn utility, and then grouping up late round. 2 about the pop could double nade. just a Molotov will do the job. You'd like to have a player in T-Con swing out and watch blue while this molly comes in. You know the pop player is going to be forced out, but that works as well. The drop in for Boomich, finding Dupree with a flashbang. Molotov in for Astralis, but of minimal value. All that's going to do is buy time. It doesn't gain the position back for Astralis. We're just going to look to do that, though, towards main. Simple can't trade with the smoke down in his face. 4-on-4. Na'Vi committing to the yard, and Glaive, he's got to hold his own. Oh, it's a bail.
Yeah, they turned away. They've gone towards B, and Zipnik's here. Could be the man to get all the info needed. Looking down from upper. They start to trundle in through the ramp. Are they going to be ready for Zipnik's in this forward position? Rotations have come through from the rest of Astralis, and Zipnik's could decide this whole round here and now. Kill onto Boomich, denies that bomb plant. They've got to plant it out in the open, and this isn't ideal with Device on the other side. Simple denies the plant, or denied the plant, rather, and that's the round for Astralis, even finding Electronic after time just to extend things to their advantage even further. They've wrecked his money into this round. An investment coming in, it's the last of the half, so of course Na'Vi are going to throw everything they can into this round, but it's not going to be a hell of a lot.
Yeah, the one thing they do have is the AWP on Simple, and that's at least the saving grace, right? He has just enough to buy up AWP, Kev, but his teammates are definitely going to be left in hot water, struggling to invest in this round. Astralis, they've done, you know, their due diligence in pulling this game back into a closer affair, but this is still going to be a very, very hard game for them to claw back on the T side. Going to need Glaive to provide some mastermind calls once they swap over. And where will this last round go of the half? Boomich back to his pop antics. Nice molly, forces Dupree out. I see a play drop into it. I like that. So what Na'Vi are doing is Boomich throws a molly, Flamey drops into the molly with a flashbang, and he takes less damage because it's his teammates' mollies, right? Your team damage does less than opponent damage. So the Molotov is good, and the shot is even better. Device deleted. And yeah, I don't blame him for having a rough game. What the hell are you going to do against that? Electronic has come into his own in train, 17-7, top of the server.
Well, just under a minute left on the clock here. Simple still ticking around in T-mid with this AWP. And if he can get a shot off here on Dupree, that might spark this hit towards the outsides. Currently, two players from Na'Vi find themselves down at Ivy. We have a standoff in T-Con. He does have to be cognizant, does have to be aware of potentially players coming down Pop Dog, but with that kill from Glaive onto Electronic, that kind of signifies that, hey, we might want to split outside, and that's going to be the case. Dupree up close, they're going to run right into him yet again, and they're going to run right by him as well. This could turn out to be really nasty stuff here. Perfecto, too aware, 200 IQ.
That's a sick play, and the time is out for Na'Vi.
Oh, yeah, but 10 seconds, there's still a chance. Oh dear, the Molotov's burned out. Simple. This was meant to be a Na'Vi round, but now that bomb has to get planted, and oh, Boomich. I think he's just got it. He's just got the time, and the bomb now down. Glaive trying to make the return happen. Boomich running for the hills, trying to play with this bomb, and Glaive goes down. Boomich locks in a 10th. Na'Vi 10-5 at the end of the first half. They have a dominant lead. Astralis are going to have to grind their way back into this game if they want to win this series. Join us after a quick break to find out if they can.
Nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aye.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing summer to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up. Let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love it. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats. On stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, going by.
Here we are in the second half of the last map of this series. Astralis and Navi really kicking it into gear here at the ESL Pro League Season 11. Currently looking at Electronic, who finds himself at 17 frags, just over 110 ADR. Into this second half, we're going to be jumping it off with an Astralis T-side pistol. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you. Take a look at the GG.bet odds as well. You can see that Astralis in unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, I don't think they've been used to those odds in the past, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch, Trace. Let's see what Astralis can provide in the T side, starting with the pistol. Well, best place to start. Fast A play. Right out the pop dog, they got the sight smoke as well. It's slightly fallen into the floor, but Simple is going to drop off the train as he spots his T's out in the yard. Dinked early is not the start that Na'Vi needed, especially with that kill coming through. Perfecto removed. Zipnik's spamming away. Doesn't realize Simple is close by in the sandwich, and he has to be very careful of that. Na'Vi taking their time on this retake. Boomich has a kit, double drop again, but it's actually on burst for Magisk, and that was not what he wanted as he is taken down. Simple finished off by Zipnik's Dupree with a double, and that might just be the pistol locked in for Astralis. The comeback begins as they take the T start to the second half, 6-10.
Dupree! Sorry, I just relived.
It's like we're back on land.
Yeah, once upon a time. That was a long time ago now that you think about it.
Dupree! You must be sweating bullets now.
Must be. Something, something, when I say Cajun, Harry says B? Cajun.
B? I think I nailed that.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
Boomich over here with the D, gonna try and set himself up in pop, and he does get Molotov'd out. But not out of the pop dog in its entirety.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit of a messy one, but it is, I was going to say recovered, but no. Perfecto's flanked up a B, securing the top of pop, giving Boomich a means to get back to safety. Flamey denies the bomb plant, and oh dear. Man advantage taken for Na'Vi. Dupree shut down as well. This scout has done it all for Flamey. Does get put in the ground by Device there. Catches him jumping up above the train, but he's still checking the pop dog. He knows now that one of these players is here, and he should realize that this is both, with the D making its presence known, but it doesn't matter. Na'Vi have snatched it away with a 4-spy. The flank from Perfecto is perfect. The scout on Flamey does so much in the bomb site, stops that bomb going down, and even delivers the kill to leave it in that 1-on-2 for Device.
That was a bit of a mystery for Astralis there. They try and rush the bomb plant with the player behind green covering the wrong position, and Flamey's just able to swing out from CT and drop the bomb. And yeah, with that, it's pandemonium. It's Na'Vi in a 3-on-2 with a package dropped in the site. Astralis had 1:10 when they went for the plant. Definitely a bit too early, but they weren't expecting a third man still there as Na'Vi bailed in the pop dog and went for the B flank. Well, right now, Astralis, that was their one-way ticket into a comeback, into a recovery, and it might have just been expired. Device does get a dig, but Zipnik's gone, and Simple adding kills to his tally. making it look easy while doing it as well. Pistol's out, trying to finish off the Deegs, but doesn't want to throw away his life just yet, down to 30. And Na'Vi have a pretty solid 4-on-2 right now, even with the bomb.
And only a mad lad like Simple would continue to peek that, right?
And that's what mad lads get, Trace.
It's true. Shout out Reddit mad lads.
Ooh.
Perfecto toeing the line here. Holding it down to the inside side.
Nice.
3 on a really nice shot there with this Deagle. However, Device falls in the meantime, and he's going to continue to tear him up with a Deagle. 2 kills in the round. Nets himself a scout. Does have the bomb and nowhere to go with it. The Electronic deep inside of this inner bomb site. We'll find the last kill of the round. We're going to see Na'Vi go up to 12. And at what point are you trying to say that, hey, this is starting to get a little scary here for the Danes?
Yeah, I mean, especially considering Astralis could have won that. Na'Vi must be feeling confident, man, because the fact that they're just taking these fights, they're throwing away guns, they're, you know, giving this advantage back. But Electronic with a smart and safe rotation deep into the B bomb site gets the bomb as it commits. So not a worry for Na'Vi. They do close it out, but it certainly gets close for comfort. Does mean Astralis, when they do get back towards guns in the round upcoming after this one, they are going to be able to put Na'Vi's economy on rocky road. But first, a bit of a technical timeout as we wait for that to get sorted.
So, yes, we do have a little bit of a pause here. Now, we have asked you to participate in some Twitter polls using some hashtags, all that. And this is one of the things that came through our analytical team that has really scooped this one up. Now, it's Professor, of course. He might know a thing or two about the game. But should the Deagle be nerfed to be more in line with the other pistols in the game at the moment? What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. Like, I kind of understand the point because I think that body shots with the Deag are like ludicrously powerful.
So inconsistent.
But it's like at the same time, I don't know, because it's more like the people you'd be entrusting to change the Deag. I don't know if I trust Valve to make a change that wouldn't either completely kill it off entirely or
make it insanely overpowered.
Yeah,
those are the only two options.
No in between.
It's a bit of a weird one, right? Because it's like, you know, if we had like some really thought out, like, you know, you go and collect all the data, you trial run a few different variants of it, you see which one is best, then yeah, maybe. But if it's anything the way that the other weapons that they did that with go, for example, the Negev being one of them, that got changed like years ago now, and they said they were just waiting to collect the data. And I don't know how much data they need.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't trust Valve to make the change, but there's definitely a case to be made for the Deagle maybe to have the body shot damage reduced.
Like a simple rework, other than just giving it in Omega Lol, because obviously the Deagle is a staple of Counter-Strike, and at that note, it's just scary either way. When you start thinking about manipulating weapons and, you know, what exactly all that changes within the game, it does have a little bit of a ripple effect, a little bit of a butterfly effect.
I honestly love the Deagle in this game. I feel like it's you know, you can always make the argument, oh, $700 pistol, you know, oh, I can one-shot, oh, you know. But, you know, it's such a skill-rewarding gun. If you hit that one Deag, you know, cross-map, I don't know, it rewards skill, I think. Yeah, the spam is a bit much at times, but at the same vein, you know, while you can just two-shot spam someone up close, sometimes you can hit people 3 times with a Deagle in the chest, and you get like 84 and 3. You know, it's not, I wouldn't say it's overpowered. I wouldn't say it's broken. Yeah, okay, maybe, you know, to the price, it's not great, but I mean, I think balancing things via changing the price is a fool's economy anyway. I feel like that's not where you should be looking most of the time.
Especially because like the economy now is kind of like less meaningful than ever, right? Like, you know, even with the Krieg increase in price, like that just didn't change anything, because strangely enough, like it doesn't make a huge world of difference when you already have too much money, it feels like, in Counter-Strike, when you just increase the price by a few $100s. So like, you know, I think the only way it'd be viable is if you just slightly reduce the body damage. Maybe if it did like 40 damage a hit consistently instead of the ability to two-shot as it is right now, that could be pretty cool. But I don't think anything needs to be changed massively. I think there's definitely other guns that require attention first.
Like the R8, guys.
Like the R8.
Like the R8. Let's talk about R8 rights. Let's talk about the quality of the R8 and how it needs to be brought back into play.
We've had a bit of R8 in the Pro League, Trace. We have Vinny using it for Fury. We had JW today against FaZe trying to 1-on-2 with it. He got, I think, 2 kills out of the potential 3 he needed. But yeah, I mean, kind of a crazy gun. Kind of a weird one.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a whole discussion to be had about that R8. I mean, personally, I rate it 8 of 8, mate. But that's a pretty good bait, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I've seen that copy paste before.
Okay, it's just a simple copy pasta, sort of like how we've copy and pasted this tweet onto the screen. It does look like we've had another one come through. And again, you all can get involved using hashtag ESL Pro League. What's the best map that's not in the official map pool?
I could talk about this one for days.
Now, first of all, shout out to Nardo. He's got seemingly his full name here in his Twitter handle, and I respect that. So, what do you got here?
Yeah, so I think there's a bunch of good maps that aren't in the map pool right now. Cobblestone is like.
Can we move past
No,
Harry
wait.
now?
This isn't the best one. I'm just saying. I would love for Cobble to make a return.
What's the best
to
one?
the
Cut his mic.
competitive
Cut his
pool.
mic. Production, quick.
The best one though are maps that maybe people haven't played a lot of. I would have to say is either Ruby or Canals. They are both two stellar maps that were briefly in the game. A huge fan of both of them, and they both needed a lot more love.
Look, as someone that's played this game for a long time, all right, there was something very special about the layout and how maps like Mill used to play, or DECPL Mill.
Yeah.
Which obviously transferred, or I guess transitioned more to Tuscan, which has had a lot of talk about it in the past. But when I think about a map like that and some of the great moments that it's delivered across Counter-Strike, that is truly a map I think that, you know, is nostalgic. Not really known by the new players of CSGO, but it would have a place here within the game.
You know what I would love, regardless of the conversation on map, you know, comparing maps and picking your favorite and what's good for competitive. You know what I'd love? I'd love a rotating map pool. I'm not even talking about, you know, anything too dramatic. Even if it was every 2 majors, one map gets swapped out in the competitive pool. That would be so exciting. And I don't mean trade it out with the maps we've already seen, bring cash back, ZZZ. I'd love to see new maps that haven't been in the pool, or even like you say, you know, the old Tuscans, the old Mills. But we know how that, you know, really goes.
I don't know. I think you need to have 2 majors per map at the very least, because I think no one's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, right, sweet. I
Every 2 majors, swap it out.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, the finer details don't matter. What I would love is a rotating map pool, and that's something we've never had in Counter-Strike. Not significantly.
Let's look a little bit past that, right? Now, I think this was kind of brainstormed there by Mr. Jason Moses O'Toole. I think you can find him over Twitter at MosesGG. But he said this a while back, that we keep the maps the same, but we change out the layout of the bomb sites themselves so that the initial choke points and the timings of running from spawn to bomb sites are the same, but the layouts within the sites are different, which could give it just enough flair. And then, you know, you obviously compound that with the idea of having seasons. Oh, last season it looked like this. This season it looked like that.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if I prefer that, because I feel like, one, that's a lot of work, and, you know, someone's got to do it. And
they just have to move the bomb boxes inside of the site.
Yeah, I guess it just changes everything, right? It changes every smoke layout, changes every execute. Everyone has to relearn new utility. I don't know. Everything changes. You could argue it's for the better, but I feel like what makes the current map so fun is because everyone knows them so well, and everyone, you know, exploits every possibility. And even to this day in 2020, people are coming up with new strategies, new ways to abuse positions on maps, and I think that's kind of cool.
Well, you know, just to go further than that, and I kind of just wanted to hear you say it because it's what you're implying. You hate Moses.
I mean, you know, I wouldn't go.
You hate Jason O'Toole. Hugo Byron, Jason O'Toole.
You know, we've had our fair share of disagreements, but no, I wouldn't use that line of thought, Trace.
Harry's a big fan. Harry, weigh in on this. What do you think?
What, of Moses or of the idea?
No, yeah, you've had your fair share of descriptive words.
Yeah, you called him what again?
I don't know if I'm going to re-say the phrase, but I did say it a couple of pro leagues ago, and it wasn't some of my best work, I don't think.
I don't even know if there are VODs for that one. Surely
maybe that's
there
a good thing.
But we are just about ready to get in the game. I'm sure that you're all tired of hearing us talk what we're talking, but it's the way she goes sometimes, Bubs, and this is the way of the road, at least for Navi, who find themselves up 12-6 on this final map of the series. If you're tuning in, you think, oh my God, I missed this whole incredible match, the hot match of the day. How could I ever live on without this? Well, you can, because we have Mouse Sports versus OG after this, and you can certainly get your toes wet in that best of 3 as well.
That is going to be exciting, but, you know, this one's not done, Trace. Don't feel like Na'Vi have this one closed out yet. They did, of course, find the force in the second round of the half after Astralis took a pistol to get 6, but Na'Vi now breaking them. Should be a 13-6 before the guns are back in. That being said, of course, still a massive comeback for Astralis needed, and Perfecto setting the pace well in this round. After a bit of a pause, he comes back in with a push and takes a kill. Simple playing with only a USP on this anti-eco, knowing Astralis don't have a lot to play with. The old flusher trick. It's not quite a Glock, though. That would be something else. Perfecto gets spotted. Simple can peek off the back of that information, but oh dear, he's coming down. Glaive entering the B-bomb site. Perfecto, hello mate. He's tucked in the corner, does get away with a kill. That was messy, but Na'Vi in a 5-on-3, I guess.
Look at, I mean, just an awkward exchange of hands right there in the inside. But doesn't matter. The 3 remaining players are here for Astralis inside the T-Con. And, well, they're only wielding pistols. That's 2 P250s. Dupree on 15 HP. Now Majisk on 0. And this one's done. Here comes Simple on a fast flank. Barring any miracles, it's going to be him picking up those last 2 frags of the round. And Na'Vi beginning to close the door here on Astralis. Money's still not super fluid over there for the Danes, but they're going to be picking up AKs in this round. They're going to have some utility to throw, and where will they take it? It's the better question.
Well, a big point to note is that Simple didn't actually run anything into that round there. It allows him to bring this AWP out nice and early on. And also, Na'Vi is still running a bonus, so is Simple making a lot of money in this round as a result of only heading into it with a pistol and still finding a bunch of kills. You'll see that Na'Vi, their money is in a great spot. Even if they don't pick this round up, they can get everything they want in the next. And the same cannot be said for Astralis. One of these SMGs already upgraded and providing an opener in this round for Na'Vi. This is not the start that Astralis wanted. Boomich has been spotted down here in the pop dog. That's a bit of information for Astralis to work with. At the very, very least, a bit of a boost going on at the back of Ivy. Device throwing up into it, and Simple on the other side. He'll decide to fall on back. Dupree does deal with one of these SMGs and follows up with a second. Electronic trying to get that trade. Chases that one to his demise.
And Na'Vi have given Astralis a route back into this round with that pushing. Boomich jumping off the top of blue with a flash into main. Well, optimistic. I like the idea. Not going to work out. Zipnix peels away from B. He spots the aggro push from Flamey. Going to try and take a different route to that fight as his team set up to take the A site. Device on a wrap through Ivy finds Perfecto on default. And Simple, well, he's got to give up A right now. Playing connector, looking for a kill as they cross. Holding a very tight gap, and he is getting flanked as well. Flamey has just missed the timing. He might get it. Device, what a shot, what a kill. Simple knows he's on the chopping block. He knows he's being flanked, but he's not turning, he's not budging, he's not moving, and Device will send him packing. A free AWP upgrade as well. Could this be Device now turning on into the second half? Giving him that weapon, 7-13. Remember the score. Astralis look to make this game close.
And that was the 2 kills that really kick-started that round for Astralis, right? Na'Vi somewhat handing that advantage their way after they chased that trade down for Boomich. And they will just take an eco here. Looking to bring those AWPs out in full force. Boomich with a Zeus waiting down in the pop dog. You'd love to see it. Perfecto pushed up near to the ramp. Zipnix could get caught with a flash out, and indeed he does. Oh, there's the Zeus kill. Boomich got it, up the ladder, gets Glaive, and that's a huge kill. The bomb now belongs to Na'Vi. Astralis, sure, they're in this 3-on-3. They're not really up against much on the other side, but this bomb and a forward position held by Na'Vi, this could all fall apart on the back of that Zeus kill. Thankfully, they get revenge. Device shuts down Boomich. Perfecto left to keep an eye on this bomb alone, and Simple. Takes some full damage there. Gets back up, and now going to try and play around where this molly was. Simple even joining. Smoke goes down. Device going to be the first man in. Does deal with not one, but both players. So Astralis take that 8th round. They get it back under control. And it's Device with a 4K. He's coming alive on the T side.
Yeah, he had to drop his AWP to take a rifle to clear out those halls, so he will lose it at the end, but buying up his own AWP, money is there for Astralis as his comeback gets pulled together. That could have been a huge eco win for Na'Vi. Boomich tries to delay the smoke, tries to stall the round as long as he can, but his jiggles get spotted, and Astralis take him down off of a timing above the stairs. Gives him a fast route in towards the bomb, and now they continue the pace. Lots of nades over the A site early. No one pushing out T-Con or taking that Olaf spawn. Electronic is in pop dog with Boomich. Zipnix running back up though, breaking the glass, and Boomich waiting for the push. Oh, the spray is good. He could even go up off the back of it. He'll choose to safely retreat to the A site, and Dupree has found an entry onto Electronic as he sits in the fading smoke. Simple's ready for it. Boomich still pushed up on E-Box, and luckily now still alive thanks to Simple watching his back. Time is ticking for Astralis, and so Magiska's deep in the yard as well, looking to kill the man on default. Grenade is fine, but nothing significant, as Na'Vi have everyone here right now, apart from Perfecto. Only 2 players left up for Astralis. It's a crucial round. They're going to be broken if they lose it, and they can't afford to.
Yeah, Perfecto's even started to push the extremities of the B site, so either he's going to have a much easier time of cutting off these rotations or available to help out the A site if Astralis do just keep up with the plan.
Ooh.
Glaive has managed to sneak his way in. Boomich has somehow realized it and turns around, drops the bomb with that kill, and now Device alone in this clutch. This should be impossible. 30 seconds rather. Does spot one, but there's players all around, and Boomich responds to this one with a 4K of his own. Na'Vi up 14-8. And a reinvestment coming in from Astralis, but this is going to be all their money put into this one round. The whole fate riding now on the success of this investment.
Moment of truth. This is it. This could be the series on the shoulders of Na'Vi if they can find this round. 15 just over the horizon. Device has the AWP though. Certainly come alive in the T side, but maybe not to enough of a return. Boomich, considering the flank, he has been holding this position commonly as he waits for Astralis to jump or spot or do anything to give him a kill here. So next certainly might. Astralis, they want to hit B in this round, you would imagine, with these players outside of the halls. Simple is spotting for it with a pistol, knowing he can slink off after he sees the AWP. There's Device. Doesn't see the bomb, and Dupree selling a fake on A. He came out through Olaf off of his spawn, and now emerging, getting a kill is going to force rotations. Na'Vi are in the right place at the right time, though. It's a pop dog play for Astralis. They've got control of the yard. Na'Vi are giving them the room to maneuver.
Oh, Dupree dropped by Perfecto. And a lot of damage done onto Glaive amidst all this madness as well. Electronic getting up into heaven, needs to get this trade, and he will deliver. Keeps it in favor of Na'Vi, even smoking himself off. Just the most ratty play up in heaven. Simple, under the train, denies the bomb plant, and Glaive now alone. He's lost his teammates, 5 HP to his name, and 40 seconds on the clock. All the odds stacked against him right now. He taps the bomb, tries to bait the peek from upper, and Electronic doesn't give it over. Flamey is not showing his hand either. Back towards Ivy. Glaive does manage the kill onto Electronic, but Flamey, who's been quiet all of this half long, misses the shot, and now Glaive knows, tries to cross back, and that will be his demise. It's match and series point for Na'Vi. 15-8 scoreline.
That's actually a really smart play from Glaive, although it doesn't work. He tries to catch a timing. He knows Flamey sees him cross towards Brown Train, and he knows because Flamey's missed a shot, he's going to have a second where he's charging that AWP up, and Glaive hopefully can cross back. He attempts it, but Flamey's so fast, and he gets that shot off. An AWP to save the day for both Simple and Flamey. Like I said, below the train was the bomb getting dropped, and the retake is on. Na'Vi take 15, and this is match series point here for the Pro League. The opening game for these two teams in stage 2. And Astralis have nothing to stop Na'Vi in this, what could be the final round. We haven't really seen many inner executes for Astralis. The one round that looked like they were going to do it was just then, but with Dupree getting a kill on outer, Astralis double back down the pop dog. They take A site. Na'Vi give them the room. They play very passive towards Heaven and Connector, but then set up for the retake in the 2-on-1. And now it's all to play for. Na'Vi just one more round. Easy, right?
You would think so.
Oh, Simple, ready, and the opener found. No chance at a response from Astralis. Simple is out of there. Leaves the upper halls, leaves Astralis to just mull this man disadvantage over up against match and series point. Now fall away from B and now try and look for some savior, some salvation here in Pop Dog. Boomich, though, not going to perform the old cardinal sin of Locking this one down, and he's done that in high supply. Magisk and Dupree drop to their deaths down in the Pop Dog. It's Glaive removed next down in Ivy. Device, the only man left standing, and he joins the rest of his team in the ground. Na'Vi, they take this series 2-1. It's a long old series after they fall back on Inferno in a dominant fashion. It was 16-5 to Astralis, but Na'Vi, they long it out, and they beat them in the long haul. That's all for this series. Na'Vi take it 16-8 on the back of this victory on Train. We'll be back after a quick break to discuss what this means and get ready for OG Mouse Sports.
There's no defense, I'll buy it if I want it. I'm going supersonic, come on back for it. Alright, okay, running out of luck, too much in my cup. Nishi, run it up. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my